Hello. It's just started, just went live. Already Dr. Waffles is here saying it's family bonding time. I still haven't recovered from Tuesday, to be honest. I went back and watched the replay because I was like, I just need to see it from a viewpoint of not being the one who's screaming, of being an observer. And I just felt like I was reliving all of those emotions again, to be honest with you. Um, so I don't know if I'm emotionally ready to take this on, but we're here now, and that's what matters. So we're gonna power through it. It's only been 3 days. I'm just adjusting my volume really quickly. Give me 1 second. Okay, I think that should be good. Let's pop this up on the screen. I did. I did have to replay 6 and 7, so let's chit chat about that because I'm hoping that Romance Club isn't gonna be like a giant pain in the ass tonight. So I logged into Romance Club. I log in like every day to like get diamonds, look at the ads, yada yada. And it just like for some reason I clicked on Heaven's Secret. I can't remember what I was. Oh, I think I wanted to go ahead and start chapter 8 so that way I could just use a teacup or whatever and have it refresh by the time the stream started. And I noticed that it was like, oh, chapter 6. I was like, chapter 6? I was like, I definitely played through 7. And I just don't know really what the holdup was. I tried playing it on the emulator this morning, got through both of the chapters, and then for some reason I closed the emulator, opened up my app, and it was still showing me that I still needed to play 6. Then I looked on my phone, it was also showing me I need to play 6, so I just went ahead and finished those 2 chapters on my phone. For whatever reason, just wasn't like taking on the emulator. I think the issue is that usually I try to like watch the ad that they serve you at the end of like completing a chapter or something. And I think the problem was that for whatever reason on the emulator, the app like force closes when you click on playing an ad. I don't know why. I don't know what the reason is, but it's just started doing this to me over the past week, and I think when it does that, it doesn't like compute for whatever reason that you finished the chapter. So it just kept kicking me back. So I think I'm just gonna have to skip watching the ads at the end of every chapter, which kind of sucks because, you know, you get diamonds and shit from doing it, but I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do. So that way I can actually finish the book tonight. I don't know. So before we start, I think last time I mentioned that I had enabled sound alerts. Oh no. Hi, Fishty, but also your message makes you nervous. Um, okay. So I enabled sound alerts. So I think if you're like looking, I don't know how it looks like on if you're watching on like mobile. I have no idea what the about me page on Twitch looks like, but I think there is an extension underneath the actual screen of the that's showing what I'm streaming of sound alerts. I don't know if it's gonna work for the viewers because I don't have like channel bits or whatever yet because I don't have 50 followers, but I'm gonna try playing it and we're gonna see if this works because this is my first time using it. So give me 1 second. Okay, so on mobile maybe not. Okay, good to know. I'm gonna try playing. I added 2 sounds. We're gonna test this out. I hope it's not too loud. Oh no. Hi everybody. Hi Narnia. Where are you eating? What are you eating? 2 questions I always have to ask whenever someone's telling me they're eating food. Hi Jacob. How are you? Okay, we're gonna try. I'm so nervous. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna see. I'm crossing my fingers, please. Still thinking about my uncle's big. Yep. That was super loud in my ear. Holy shit. Let me turn down the volume. That was so loud. How's Blades? I just started it.
Oh my.
Oh no. That is so loud. Hold on, let me turn it down. That's gonna blow my ears. Okay, it was loud for me. Um, so I have to make sure I get it at a volume where everyone else can hear it, but it's not destroying my eardrum. Does that make sense? Because I don't want to go deaf from this stream. Okay, I'm gonna try playing it again. So yeah, we added sound alerts. So here's my request, here's my rule. Do not spam my stream with sound alerts. Normally, this is something I would be able to control if like I was able to enable bits, but I can't enable bits, so I'm not a Twitch affiliate, yada yada yada. So please, for the love of everything, do not spam my stream with sound alerts. If we start getting spams on the stream with a bunch of sound alerts, I'm gonna turn it off. We're gonna have to, I'm gonna elect Fishty. I'm gonna give you the honor of being the person who plays the sound alerts. So between me and Fishty, we're gonna have it under control. I'm giving Fishty permission to run the sound alert. Okay, hi Eric. We're going through the sound alerts that were added. And yes, so if you have any suggestions for sound alerts, let me know, because I can go into podcast audio. I can try to find if there's a clip or something you remember from a past stream. I can see if I have it. I don't think I have all of the streams saved, but I have a few of them saved. So if you have any suggestions as to what you would like to see added to sound alerts, let me know. And yeah, they're free right now. They will not be once I get to Twitch affiliate, but they are free right now. So let's just be respectful of my ears, because these are quite loud. And here, I'll go ahead and play them again. So this is the one that Fishy requested.
Oh my.
That was a lot quicker to play than it was previously. And then this is our reference to everybody's favorite uncle, Bad Bonk. Still thinking about my uncle's big. So those are two that we have. That was a soundbite I decided to pull from the last stream. But I don't know if you think there's a better one that I can use. I can have multiple references to the uncle. So let me know. Okay. So that's now on the stream. Summary is don't spam. And I think we're pretty much ready to get started. I think I was describing on Twitter, I said earlier, I was having some like technical issues with Romance Club just because this app just like really hates me for some reason. So I'm just hoping it doesn't like crash. Yeah, that's pretty much the summary of what was happening to me. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Oh, I'm nervous. I am truly nervous. I don't think that I've recovered from Tuesday yet, but we're gonna push through. I'm so ready for this. Okay. So episode 8 of season 3, chapter summary is Malbante attacks the Citadel. I guess we do only have, because we have 8, 9, 10, 11, so 4 chapters left. I thought they were going to give us a little bit of a buffer chapter before he attacked the Citadel, but I guess we're just going straight in. That's fine. Give me 1 second to adjust the volume in my ear. Okay, that's more tolerable. Alright. Samsara, what the fuck is that? The first thing I saw in the morning was the cracked ceiling. My first thought was, have I spoken to my uncle again, or was it just a dream? Are you awake? I didn't want to wake you up. No, Uncle, don't attack me. He's not. Listen, Dr. Waffles, he's not real. He's not real. It's fine. It's just a vision. Even though I don't know. At the end of the last chapter, he said he could hurt us in the vision, which is kind of ominous. What do you mean you're ahead, Jacob? Are you like you've played beyond this chapter? Okay, Fishy said, does the Hindu concept has to do with karma? Oh, that is again vaguely threatening as a chapter title. Mimi rarely got up before me, but that morning she was all dressed up and ready to go. Oh, you're on 9. Okay. Where are you going? I grimaced, barely able to get out of bed. My head was heavy and my body was numb. The tower has been restored. My father called me in. He and Rebecca run things from there now. Okay. She grinned bitterly. Who knew it'd turn out like this, huh? Will you wait for me? I'd like to come too. Make it quick. That's interesting that her and Mammon have basically teamed up. I mean, I knew he was gonna fight for the academy, but I didn't know it was gonna be on that level. I opened the closet. Yes, it's free play weekend, so I can get whatever. What the why would I... Why? Why would I wear that? The red one? Really? It's gorgeous, but like it just feels so out of place compared to, okay, listen, we're gonna do what Fishy says. We're gonna take it. You don't know that you're going to, oh. I guess that's fair. Vicky doesn't know. Waffle said Mimi's my new goth girlfriend. I want to do a Mimi playthrough really badly. Mimi looked at me thoughtfully. I'd like to take this load off my what? Hold on. I'd like to take this load off my shoulders as easy as you're taking off that nightie. Oh. Let's go. Wow. Okay. I was not expecting that. Ooh, give me 1 second, everybody. I'm sorry if you heard all of the sounds of me messing with my mic. Eric says you gotta fight in style, fight them. Yeah, fight them with looks, if nothing else. Fishy said, gotta look good for Lucifer to get that I love you. He better love me if I look trash. If we're going into war? Eric said he's never gonna love you. Oh my god! What is... Are you okay, Eric? I don't believe that. He already loves me. I know I just need to get him to say it out loud is a big problem. Yeah, I agree with Fishy. I think you're just upset that Mimi flirted with us and we couldn't flirt back with her because we're not an item with her. I stopped in front of the tower. What's the matter? It's so strange to see it standing same as before. I thought the tower got hit, right? Because Lucifer was locked in there and he said that like he got out of it during the first war because some cannonballs or something hit it. It's like an illusion. Keep reading. Okay, we'll just keep reading. Everything's broken, everything's destroyed except this tower. It stands here all safe and sound mocking us. My words made Mimi tear up, but she managed to keep her composure. She just said, stop it, Father is waiting. We climbed the stairs and disappeared behind the gate. We could hear loud voices all the way from the hallway. Mimi and I exchanged glances and knocked on the door. I do think if I wasn't romancing Lucifer, I think Mimi would be the next obvious choice. Mom's irritated voice was heard, but Mimi opened the door anyway and went in. I followed her. Dino and Lucifer stood in front of Mom's desk. Mammon stood frozen at the window with his back to the others. What is going on here? Sheriff Crowley sat in a chair holding a book with his trembling hands. He looked exhausted. He looked at everyone with weary eyes as if sitting like this was a trying test for him. He's probably like If you're Crowley, like, do you even want to be here at this point? Like, I would just leave. What is he doing here? You two had it rough. Mom talked to the boys. What is happening? I just walked into an argument between my mother and my boyfriend. V would think something was off with me if I'm too nice. I mean, I would, but would I question it? Not really. Okay, it happens so infrequently that I'm just like, I just soak up all of the nice moments like a sponge. I didn't ask for sympathy. It's not what I need. I can't give you what you want. And you don't have to. Just stay out of my way. What is happening? Everyone fell silent when they saw us. Mammon turned around. Mimi, you're just in time. Maybe you can help us. They should step outside. But Lucifer didn't care about the extra ears. He decisively approached Mother's desk, leaning his fingertips on it, getting into her personal space. Oh fuck. How do you say this man's name again? You said Azazel will take this post, right? I think. That's right. And that's not a temporary solution. Awesome. Finally, I got something right. As far as I understand, yes. Lucifer turned angrily to Mammon. And you agree with that? No, the throne is rightfully yours. Yeah, I guess I should have known that when they did the reveal of who the new, Saiyan was gonna be, that he would have been pissed about that. That is debatable. Oh, shit. Crowley, don't do this. You'll have to resort to the good old ways to retake control of hell. Dr. Waffle said, "Oh, V actually got something. I know it's rare. It's rare, but when it happens, it's beautiful." Demon Mammon is such a lame name. I always feel like whenever I say his name, I want to add like a D to the end of it for some reason. A light flashed in Mammon's eyes, and Lucifer saw it. Oh yes, are we bullying Eric in chat? Can I join in? Is this finally happening? Because normally it's me getting bullied. They understood each other. What are they gonna do? They're gonna kill Azazel? Are you suggesting using brutal force? Yep. You won't get anywhere that way, Lucifer. Angels will not allow it. A heavy cough interrupted the seraph's bitter speech. I wanted to do everything right, but it seems that the right way is to do it my way. Okay, well, bullying Eric lasted about 4 seconds, so that was nice while it lasted. He stormed out of the office without saying anything else. Dad. Go, baby. Dino, me, and Mimi jumped out, following Lucifer. Are we going to hell? Are we, like, doing this right now? Immediately? do we have a plan of attack before we just, like, run into hell? Wait. He turned sharply and looked at us menacingly as if ordering us to stop. What now? What are you up to? Yeah, I want to know what the plan is. I'll help. I've got a few words to say to Azazel. Are you gonna ambush him in hell? Hell is mine. I mean, I agree with you. Azazel will kill you for such impudence. I'll go with you. He likes me. Are we finally seeing... Y'all, I have wanted... I don't know if I've verbalized this on stream, but I have wanted for Mimi and Lucifer to be friends again, like, the whole fucking book. The whole fucking book. Lucifer wanted to say something, but Mimi interrupted him. It'll be better this way, and besides, you can't change my mind. Tease me about... Yeah, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Hold on, since that's being brought up. Still thinking about my uncle's big... That's not... Yeah, hold on. I gotta increase the volume on that. We gotta redo that. What about this? This volume. Still thinking about my uncle's big... No. I gotta figure out what the volumes are gonna be like, because I don't want to blow my fucking ears out with these. Ugh, I hope we get. I'm thinking about Mabante and how I hope that I can go an entire chapter without seeing his face because I just need a little bit of a breather between. What was it, chapter 7? That was a lot. I'm coming with you. Lucifer looked at me gratefully. Despite all his aggression towards everyone, he actually needed support. Yeah, he's not going to be able to do this by himself. Me too. I don't want you doing anything stupid. Yes! Are Dino and Lucifer gonna be like bros? Please. Please. Please, 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 please. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. Wonderful. I definitely need my babysitters to reclaim hell. I can't believe you talk about your uncle like that. Well, he's estranged, let's say that. Dino is handsome, but he's also very boring. he is He's so boring. We're not your babysitters. Your emotions will get the best of you and will be your voice of reason at that moment. Uncle Chicken Legs. I think we could call all of them Chicken Legs, right? Or are we just assuming that Bad Bonk is the only one with skinny legs? He's a little thinner than I thought he was gonna be. I don't think Unky. Okay, is calling Uncle is using Unky to replace Uncle like a common thing because in my head I've been calling him Unky Malbonte or Unky Badbonk, but then I was like I don't know if I should say that because I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't think that Unky wants to be estranged anymore. I don't know. He keeps threatening to kill me. He wears loose-fitting pants to hide his twigs. He is the only one that he does wear quite a loose fit, and I think it does make him look a lot bigger than he actually is. If you're coming with me, I suggest you shut your mouth and leave behind all your righteous speeches. He descended further. We followed him. I think Unky is fucking hilarious. I don't know where in my brain I decided to start using that word. Ooh, okay, sorry, I had to put an eye drop. My eyes are so dry. Lucifer was silent the entire way there, but he suddenly stopped at the gate to hell. You're following me now, but do you think I'm worthy to be Satan? You are, but not right now. He'd lose an arm wrestling match to Andy. I am so fucking upset. Hold on, let's talk about this. I am so upset that I've seen Andy's shirtless body. I actually stared at my phone in disbelief because I was like, first of all, is that what his torso has always looked like? Or is that just like, do you think that they changed what he looked like? Because he had the whole makeover with like new hair and new clothes and things like that. Did his body always look like that? Like, is this man always been that ripped underneath his trench coat? It upsets me that I know what he looks like shirtless. It's 100% funnier. Yeah, so I guess from now on, we're just gonna have to call Malbonte, Bad Bonk. Unky Bad Bonk is what I'm gonna call him. It was not a gift. It was more so like a harsh punishment, and I really don't know what I did to you to deserve that, because that was 100% like just not asked for. The throne belongs to you. How could I say anything else other than you're worthy, of course? Lucifer nodded, trying to hide the relief that he felt. He took a step back and then jumped down. Bad bonk. Bonk. Let's... Hold on. It's a K. I just wanted someone else to share my pain. Where are you even grabbing those transparents from? Where'd you find those? I hope Lucifer won't make things even worse than they already are. Dino jumped in after him. Mimi and I joined hands and... We joined hands! I love my friend! Like, okay, she would be a great ally, but like, her friendship is like... Chef's kiss. I fucking love Mimi. And plunge into the burning abyss. What the fuck? This is what the throne looks like? Those are people falling in the background? Okay, this is actually kind of horrifying. There was a commotion in hell. Hunched, thin creatures ran back and forth with picks, flask, and other things. Some repaired holes, others polished the throne and fixed the poison inventory. Lucifer's eyes fixed on the massive throne that once belonged to his father. Sadness flashed across his face, as if he just realized that he lost something dear to him. But he shook off those thoughts and feelings. He then rudely stopped one of the servants. What's going on here? He began trembling, recognizing Lucifer, the son of Satan. Ew. Ugh. Would I do a fire route? I'm going to replay this book to literally see every fucking scene that is possible. So yeah, I would do a fire route. Not because I'm like into fire or what is his name, lawyer or something as an ally, but just because I'm curious. Preparing for the arrival of the new master. Is Azazel not here yet? Not yet, master. Where is he? In the Citadel, soon to be inaugurated. Fire is like Maxwell, the romance comes out of nowhere. Yeah, truly. Truly. I mean, I guess like they hinted pretty they gave some pretty strong hints that Fire was, I don't know, not a dragon. I was gonna say human, but I don't think that's the best way to describe him because like when you adopt him, Vicky has this whole dialogue about him having like human eyes and all this kind of stuff. So I kind of knew it was going to go in that direction, but like they really waited super late. Because she said they hinted at it when they made it sound like the dragon was hitting on you. Yep. Yeah. There's all these like, oh, there's so much human emotion in the dragon's eyes. And I was like, yep, that's not heavy-handed at all. Lucifer's lips pursed in rage. He pushed a servant away and rushing past us went towards the exit. I don't like his attitude. Where's he going? To the Citadel, obviously. Yep, to the Citadel. It felt like chasing a wounded beast. And the beast flew into a cage and we all followed him. This is not going to be good. This is going to be messy. However, once we got to the Citadel, Dino rushed forward and rudely stopped Lucifer. Wait a minute. Do you even have a plan? A plan? Lucifer was shaking with anger. Why should angels decide who will rule in hell? They never set foot in our territory. Why should I make plans to reclaim the throne if it's rightfully mine? I don't think that's a good choice. That's not how it works for angels. The council has to vote, and then... We're not angels. I touched Lucifer and gently took his hand. He squeezed. Oh, he squeezed my hand back. Are we doing PDA now? Oh, I love it. He squeezed my hand back. He calmed down a little and asked, "What do you suggest?" Yeah, we need to have a plan of attack before we just run into the Citadel and start yelling at everybody. I looked at the very top of the Citadel. Where exactly is Azazel now? How is she going to react after the diamond option? Will she be able to speak? Probably not. If I took a deep dramatic pause after one, after a single hand squeeze, I'm not going to be able to handle this. They must have sent him to his quarters before his inauguration. Maybe Lucifer can meet him one-on-one. And then what? Mimi leaned forward enthusiastically. Talk to him and convince him to give up the throne. Azazel will understand, I think. Lucifer tilted his head and stared intently at the stained glass windows. It's now or never. Yup. I don't even have to think twice about it. And it's free diamond weekend, absolutely. You don't need to go there. Maybe it's better if I go. Lucifer gave me a short, almost frightened look. Vicky should come with me. Oh my god! I need a sip of water. I can't. I feel like we've just started this fucking episode and we're already here. I'm already emotionally here. Vicky should come with me. She calms me down, keeps me in check. And he quickly soared up to avoid looking at me. He's embarrassed. Lucifer flew around the entire building and, recognizing Azazel's energy in one of the windows, crashed into it. Wow, he just busted open that bitch. The shards shattered in every direction. They crunched under Lucifer's feet. He casually wiped a couple off his face, spread his wings, and looked around. He looked determined and ruthless. I won't make it up to 10? Oh no. I froze behind him. The old man showed neither surprise nor fear. He was sitting on the edge of his bed and idly looked away from the book he was reading. Holy shit. Lucy, good to see you. I've never seen an old demon before. I came to talk to you. I knew you were coming. He put the book aside. His voice trembled, cracked by time. Who is this beautiful mortal? I'm not mortal. You son of a bitch. Who is this beautiful mortal behind you? She's an unclaimed. But she was born on heaven. She was born on Earth, not in heaven, right? Obviously. Hello. Lucifer covered me with his body. You're not fit to be Satan. Look at you. You're too old. You do not like looking at me. Do you know why? You see death. The death of an immortal. Oh, it scares us more than anything else. The closer we are to humans, the closer to our sunset. But you shouldn't be afraid of it. It's beautiful. Where's your former fury and power? All that's left is a decrepit body and a weakened mind. Why would you need all this, old man? Do immortals, die from old age? Is that, a thing? I've been ferocious before. You're right. I remember many things. Too many things. And I'm ready to join my creator. Creator? You're not yourself. Oh no. I see things clearly now. Do you? Yeah. Then do what you came for. Oh, so he's did he just ask Lucifer to kill him? Gotcha, so you can actually die of old age. Holy shit. Okay, that's news to me. I didn't know. I came to dissuade you. No, that is not true. You know I will not abdicate the throne simply because you asked me to. If you want to take my place, take it. How? You know how. You think I won't do it, old man? If you really want the throne, you will. Lucifer rushed towards the demon and grabbed him by the throat. The old man didn't resist. Your grip is strong, but not lethal. Lucifer squeezed harder. The throne is mine. Are you ready for it, son of Satan? Lucifer's fingers tightened. Come on, kill me. It is the reason you came here. What is he actually gonna... Yeah, I don't know if I didn't think he was gonna kill him. Lucifer squeezed Azazel's throat with renewed vigor, but immediately let go. He bounced away from Azazel as if it was torture for him, not for the old demon. You can live a little longer, old man. He straightened his clothes, took me by the elbow, and led me towards the window. What is... I do not understand what is happening. The old man's voice made Lucifer stop. Yes, you are ready, Lucifer. Now I see that. Lucifer didn't even turn around. We flew outside, leaving Azazel alone. Mimi excitingly flew up to meet us. How did it go? It blew. Did you kill him? Lucifer grimaced. No, he's already on his last legs. Let the old man live his last days. Now what? Are we going back now? You do what you want. I'd like to have a drink. Great idea. I haven't been to the Citadel in ages. We're going to a bar? Lucifer and Dina looked at each other. Well, boys, let's go. Yes! We're all having a friend hangout. I've always wanted this. This is finally happening. And waving her hips, Mimi walked past them. I hesitated. Why? Oh, because of yada yada yada. Bad, unky bad bonk. I can feel Malbonte getting closer. Let's just do afraid of him. I shook off the anxiety and growing fear and caught up with Mimi and the boys. Where are we going? Lucifer walked lazily but confidently along the streets of the Citadel. There's this one place. I thought you hated the Citadel. Notably without Andy, that creepy lurker. Yeah, I'm so glad that he's not in that scene, because there was definitely, and I think it was mostly season 1 where they really forced the whole, because there was the group with Mimi, AD, Sammy, and then Andy would tag along for some fucking reason. I don't know why. I do. Lucifer sped up and we had to go faster as well to catch up with him. He disappeared around the corner and we followed him. I feel like Eric said, I feel like Andy will be sitting at the table beside us pretending to be included. Well, that's pretty much what happened, because in those scenes, like, he would be there but no one would really talk to him. It was very weird. Because Andy's a creep and disgusting, and because I hate him, Jacob. Because Andy would degrade himself for their approval. Yep, agreed. You know the city too well for someone who doesn't come here. Who said I don't come here? I don't like the Citadel. It's because I know it too well. Lucifer stopped near a wooden door that was barely hinged. He knocked several times. In response, there was one strong blow from inside. Lucifer opened the door and entered. Whoa. I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting this music. Okay. 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 It's just very, like, I don't know how to, yeah, a cacophony of noises is, like, hitting my ears right now. Okay, I'm gonna read. There was ragged, greasy furniture everywhere. It smelled of alcohol and dirty feathers. Ew. The sound of an out-of-tune piano was drowned in the cacophony of voices. Yep, there goes that word again. Anxiety took over the city. But while the Citadel was still in one piece, the army was getting drunk on Glift. Yet Unky Badbonk could appear at any moment, taking away this evening from them and ending their infinite immortality. Dino and I immediately caught the attention of many locals. Angels and the Unclaimed don't usually appear in such places. So it's only, like, demons and stuff here? Dino angrily stopped Lucifer, who was heading for the bar. Of all the places, you chose the worst. I love this place. But you're not by yourself, are you now? Dino looked at us. I won't let anyone touch them. Lucifer looked at me as if making me a promise. Who the fuck comes to this bar? Are we in danger? Lucifer whistled, getting the bartender's attention. Would you like something? Alright. What should I do? Should I get alcohol? Or should I just get a soft drink? Should I do a poll? Should I? I don't know if it's... Oh, it doesn't matter? Alright, good to know. Well, let's get fucking drunk. Lucifer toasted with me. Oh, this is kind of cute. This is kind of cute. You're one of us. I wouldn't mind getting drunk today. Let's get drunk. Oh, no. Season 3 of Heaven's Secret is so delightfully unlike the first 2 seasons. Dino didn't let Lucifer drink, stopping his hand halfway. Do you think I don't understand what's going on with you? Yes, yes, I love this interaction. You think I care? He freed his hand and drank. One more. You're pathetic. Angel, if you're not comfortable here, you can wait for us outside. You feel sorry for yourself. Cut the crap. You don't let others pity you, yet you pity yourself. Are we in a literature class or something? You try to bury your pain in booze. Is that a good way to achieve your goals? Unable to bear it, Lucifer turned to Dino and clenched his fingers into a fist as if holding back all of his rage. It's not for you to judge what I'm doing. What do you know about this? My father was alive till recently. He wasn't the best immortal, but so we've got that in common, but he was my father and his heart was beating. We both lost our fathers, but my wound is fresh. Don't compare us. You've had a lot of time to get used to your insignificance. Lucifer and Dino do have very similar character arcs. I feel like if they just put away the whole, if they were able to put aside the whole demon angel thing and were able to get past the competition, yeah, he dragged his ass bad. If they were able to get past those two things, I think they could be bros. And I want them to be friends so badly. What worries you is the fact that Satan's words come true, and without him, you're nothing. Yo! Oh my god! Shut your mouth. You're angry because you know it's true. Hearing his own thoughts coming from an angel, Lucifer instantly cooled down and looked exhausted. Just leave me alone. Oh, poor baby! Oh, poor baby! I carefully put my hand on his shoulder. Lucifer sharply turned towards me. He saw my eyes and immediately turned away and closed his. He's drunk. He only had like 2 drinks. Dino slapped Lucifer on the back, smiled sympathetically at me, and walked away with Mimi, leaving us alone. That was probably the friendliest gesture they've ever done towards each other. Fishy said, uh-oh, she's gonna die now. Oh no. I froze for a while, then following an impulse, ran my fingers through the hair on the back of his head. Lucifer. Oh! These hearts always catch me off guard. Waffle said Lucifer is a lightweight, confirmed. Yeah, he only had like 2 drinks and he was already fucking wasted. Well, I don't know, maybe, is Glyph like stronger than your average, like what we would consider to be 2 drinks? I don't know. He swiftly grabbed me around the waist and sat me in his lap. We are fully into just doing PDA. He hugged me tightly and buried his face in my shoulder. I'm not ready to read ahead. That's why I'm pausing. That's why I'm quiet. Not ready. My arms froze in midair, barely touching him. No. Not the sad eyes. Pretend the CG you're gonna get matches your MC. Okay. Oh, Lucifer, what's wrong with you? I lowered my arms and hugged him back. Lucifer pressed himself even closer to me without raising his head. He froze like that for a while. His eyes were closed and his body was tense as if he was holding back tremors. And still burying himself in my shoulder, he whispered, so sad. I'm pathetic and I hate myself for it. I hate this weakness and the pain I feel. You killed my father. I know his days were numbered and the outcome was predetermined. I don't hate you for killing him, but I do hate myself for grieving. So sad. He's allowed to grieve. It was his dad. As much of a fucking asshole his dad was, he's allowed to feel bad about it. Funny, huh? The alcohol loosened his tongue and everything he had bottled inside started to come out. Oh, he's this type of drunk. He's an emotional drunk. And here I am in front of you, exposed and weak. Do you despise me for this? No, of course not. He raised his head and looked into my eyes. I'm weak, I feel lost. Do you despise me? Why would no? No. He exhaled heavily, as if surprised by what I just said. The fact that his sincerity didn't push me away reassured him. This is what he needed. Luc- I can't. I can't. We're only on the first episode of this playthrough and it's already just... I'm already just melting. Lucifer kissed my shoulder and buried himself in it again. You should know I'll pull myself together. I'll be strong again, body and soul. You don't have to be strong, dude. I'll earn the title of Satan and become who I was always meant to be. But this weakness in front of you, this is a confession instead of the words that I don't tell you. Let me just read that back mentally. Just say it, bro. Just say it. Oh. This would be perfect if he just said the words. It was so strange to hear all these words coming from him, spoken so sensually. He pulled away from me. He stared at my lips and ran a finger over them. He smiled kindly, as if to himself. That day we first met, if only I knew it was going to end up like this. Ugh. Yeah, Waffles. They... God damn it! Who the fuck is interrupting us? Waffles, they really only make CGs to fit one character in this book, so... Love it! Jacob said, patience, young Padawan, and Fishy said, don't worry, which makes me feel like it would maybe be coming eventually. Don't tell me if it... I don't want any spoilers. Eric said 3 words, 8 letters. Come on, Lucifer. It's just so fucking irritating when he's like, this weakness in front of you is like telling you what I won't say, and I'm like, just fucking say it then, dude. He's so drunk, he's like confessing his feelings, but that's the one thing he's still like, how many more drinks do I have to get in him to hear that, you know? Blam. Something fell from the ceiling and a couple of bottles broke. This is where I needed the tossing the table meme. Yeah. The Citadel's army jumped up, instantly sobering up. Swords were drawn. Someone shouted, Malbonte! A commotion began. As promised. We need to get out of here. Damn, Unky Badbonk was not joking when he said... when he said it was gonna get hot soon. Lucifer calmly finished his glyph and stood up. Hey, Narnia, is your Twitch working again? Are you back with us? I have to admit it's nice to see Lucifer out without having to play it myself. Well, I'll tell you, as a person who's playing it, I am fucking ecstatic at where this is... the direction this has turned in since I started. Wait, I'm sorry. Did I read that? Did I read that correctly? That Lucifer finished his drink before he got up? Imagine knowing that Bad Bonk is there to kill everybody, and Lucifer's like, fuck it. Just takes a shot. We went outside. The sky was swarming with the flock of Sabantras. Enraged dragons crashed into the giant birds. Their battle in the clouds looked like a dance. Malbonte's fierceless warriors flooded the city like barbarians, slaughtering everyone in their way. One of the Citadel soldiers and one of the escaped prisoners were rushing towards us. Each of them intended to kill us. I'm sorry, I panicked. I don't know what I did. I stretched my hands forward, gathering strength in my palms. We're gonna use the power! Oh, thank God. The energy I released pierced the angel and the escaped prisoner. They fell down in the same time and froze in their own blood. Why did you kill them both? I don't know. I lost it. Yeah, girl. It was a quick time event. I panicked. Mimi pulled me forward. Let's go. We ran through the courtyards, trying not to fall into the volcano. All of these mountains of corpses, rivers of blood streaming down the streets, the screams, the deafening explosions reminded me of the battle with Satan. I ran, trying not to look around but suddenly froze as if paralyzed. I saw him. I saw Unky Bad Bonk. Fishy, can you do me a favor and play the uncle sound, please? So we can celebrate him arriving on screen. The war was raging around us. Blood gushed from all the cracks, swords clanked, giant birds screamed heart-renderingly in the sky. Thank you. I'm gonna have to raise the volume on that, because I really thought it was gonna be, louder. We're testing and learning right now, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and raise it to 100% volume then. Alright. And we're back. It takes forever. There's quite a lag between it. Who the fuck would choose Bad Bonk as an LI? A few people. A few people, to say the least. I'm not gonna do it on this playthrough, but I will eventually do a playthrough where I do fuck my uncle. And that's a sentence I never thought I would say. But that is what I'm going to do in a different playthrough. And Bad Bonk stood calmly and looked at the closed gate in front of him. What's he waiting for? He's thinking about how to get Sheffa's keys. As soon as he touches them, they'll burn him to the bone. I would say Malbonte is pretty popular LI, I think. It doesn't look like he's planning something. He looks too confident. The keys glowed and floated in the air. They seemed to beckon and tease him, mocking his insignificance. That family kisses with tongue. Malbonte didn't even twitch when Aragon, accompanied by an army, stopped at the gate and shouted. Tomorrow's quote of the day will be V now. Just with no context. Just don't put any context. Malbonte, surrender. Counselor Torrendo stood proudly next to Aragon. Malbonte turned slowly to them. Let me take the keys, and no one will touch you. You give a choice now, but was my sister given a choice? Malbonte didn't react at first, but he quickly realized quickly what's going on, and his lips pursed. That girl in the maze. I did not come here to take revenge. I came to restore the harmony. You have a very specific sense of harmony. Attack. I don't know if this is gonna end well for them. Malbonte stretched his arms out to the sides and his almost inhuman voice rang out. Whoa, whoa, what the fuck is this? Rokoto Shepius? Sabantres assembled at once and started to plunge. Even I screeched and ducked impulsively. Yeah, holy shit, we need that horn. We need that horn. Aragon's gonna get fucked up, dude. Not so fast. What is happening? Oh, is he dead? Bro. The sword's blade cut open Aragon's stomach. Torrendo had killed his superior. Torrendo? Bro! Bro! Whoa. He leaned over Aragon, who looked at him in surprise. There was no hatred or pain, just bewilderment. It's time for a change, Aragon. Lava said, Aragon, don't die, you're so sexy. Aragon's army continued to fight the Savantras and the escaped prisoners. Malbonte faced the gate again. A trembling but stern voice called out to him. How dare you blame them for what they did when you prove their worst fears? Oh, you old fool. Oh, man. This dude is trying to die. He asked Lucifer to kill him. He's going up to Malbonte. Malbonte turned around like a lazy cat. Azazel, you're so old. Talking to people is exhausting. I will say the Seraph being on his side is quite surprising. What do you want? Especially because, like, I just don't really know what Seraph's kind of gain from being on his side. You know, like, he's an angel, he's like the highest in the rank, yada yada yada. Like, I don't see what he gained from being on Malbonte's side. But holy shit, they really wiped out like Aragon's whole family, didn't they? That's really sad. What do you want? There is nothing you can bring to this world but pain, Vaunt. I'm only dangerous because you expect me to be like this. Is that true? I don't think that's true. There is good in you, and that's why you have to stop this. Turn around, Azazel. Humans live better than you and mortals. You're killing yourself. And you? Malbonte grabbed the gate, but Azazel attacked him. The old demon was defeated with one blow. He fell on his back without even trying to get up, his body thrashed in its dying convulsions. You didn't want to join the new world, so stay in the old one. Oof, Lucifer's pissed off now. Oh no. And he's drunk. Lucifer watched this uneasily, fighting the urge to intercede. And now he couldn't stay out of it. He rushed to Azazel. Lucifer! Lucifer! We hurried after him. Malbonte calmly watched us approach. I could feel his dark eyes looking at me. In lust. Oh my god. Hold on. That is so quiet. Is that quiet for anyone else? I'm gonna have to figure out the volume for that. I don't know why it sounds so quiet. Maybe it's just my headset. I don't know. Okay, I can stare back at him, ignore it. We're anti-Malbonte. We're anti-Unky Bad Bonk. We're anti-Unky Bad Bonk this round, so we're just gonna look at him. It is very, very quiet. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out what is influencing the volume. I'm gonna test it out later, after the stream. I'm looking at him judgmentally. Do you not like what you see? I don't. At least I'm... Oh, my relationship with him deteriorated. That's fine. At least I'm honest and sincere in every action, even in doing evil. Lucifer squatted down in front of Azazel and said to him indifferently, Your rule was short-lived, old man. Azazel jerked his head and smiled. My boy, be worthy of your title, if you get it. Azazel flinched so hard that his head twitched. He began to choke on his own blood. Damn, bro. He's suffering. I know. I can do it if you like. No. Get lost. Everyone has their own path, I understand. Malbonte turned towards the gate, opened it, and went inside, drawn by the light of the keys. Meanwhile, his army fought with the Citadel army that no longer had its leaders. Lucifer put his hand on Azazel's forehead. Azazel suddenly twitched even harder. His eyes bulged, from the excruciating, feeding pain, and then he went limp. Goodbye, old man. This is so fucking sad. Malbonte went towards the keys. He stretched out his hand, but froze. He turned around and looked at me. Is he gonna be able to actually touch it? What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? What's happening? Malbonte touched the keys. What the? What's happening? He's holding them. Damn, bro. Oh my. Flap, flap, flap. And Malbonte disappeared among the thunderclouds. I staggered, looking around in panic. Half of the citadel was dead, and now Malbonte has the keys to Shefa. Oh boy. Jared Kushner. Unky's handsome. I'm gonna give him that at least. I'll at least give him that. If he weren't a malnourished child from the Victorian era. Oh look, there goes my reward. Okay. V, is it bad that I'm lying to dad in Ride or Die? Not really. No. I don't think so. Episode 9, you're just one of the pawns, and this may be your last night, so spend this night being happy. Okay. Everything about every chapter title, every chapter summary makes me very nervous. Chapter 9, the final night. One of the counselors, who always sat silently in his throne hiding in the dark, got up from his seat. He got on one knee in front of Mom and lowered his head. Rebecca, Aragon had high hopes for you. He is dead now. Too many immortals have died. The counselor raised his head. You were removed from the council, according to our rules. But rules no longer hold sway over our world, as long as Malbonte is out there looking for revenge. The Citadel needs you. Holding back the surge of emotions, Mother raised her head arrogantly. Are you asking me to take Aragon's place? Yes. Mom thought about it for just a couple of seconds, then she straightened her cloak and decisively headed towards the chief counselor's seat. We're gonna have to take a break. Why? Then let's not waste time. The surviving counselor watched her, then stood up and walked to his place. Our only chance to win is to take a risk and be cunning. She looked at me. I was thinking about our next move, and I came to the conclusion that I have to risk you, Vicky. What? At this time, you've symptomatically proved to me that you're worthy of respect. You are brave and determined. I'm proud of you. Wow, this is the most affection we've ever gotten from her. She fell silent, and her eyelids twitched as if the last few words escaped against her will. We are the descendants of Malbonte, but that doesn't mean anything, right? He'll pay for his thirst for revenge, and I know you'll be able to bring us to victory. What do you want me to do? Malbonte trusts you. He lets you get closer to him than anyone else. You have to pretend that you're on his side. Do I? And then what? Destroy the keys to Shefa's gate. What now? How do I do that? Mom looked at the counselor and nodded. He immediately got up, disappeared in the aisle, and then returned with something in his hands. Like a fancy hammer? The counselor came up to me and held out a stone with glowing hieroglyphs. Okay, a stumbling block. I don't know what the fuck that is. This stumbling block is the only item capable of destroying the keys to the gate. I ran my fingers over the rough surface of the stone and started to tremble. I feel they'll just use me to get what they want. They'll walk all over me and don't care what happens to me afterwards. But will Mom let me die? You look worried. Don't be. We'll cover your back. So do you agree? What should I say? I'll be happy to help. Thank you. We'll meet at school tomorrow at dawn. Alright. I left, feeling an unbearable burden on my shoulders. I gave Crowley the gist of the conversation that took place at the Citadel. Crowley was oddly elated, as if he sensed that the story was finally reaching its finale. But I felt exhausted and empty. And then really join his side? I don't think we're doing that in this playthrough. I felt trapped in the dead end of the labyrinth, and I had no strength to get out. The choice was paralyzing, and it seemed one way or another it led to death. The sun set below the horizon and darkness claimed its throne. I lay on the bed, desperately peering into the distance and trying to calm down. Although I had to get up early, I couldn't fall asleep. Fire? The long, curving silhouette of a dragon emerged somewhere in the distance. He flew towards me, battling the cold wind. All of a sudden, I saw his love for me. No. 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 I felt it despite the distance between us, and I realized this night was decisive for me. Loy is so loyal to me, but do I need his loyalty? Do I need it? No. I ducked behind the curtain, hiding from the dragon's gaze. I cautiously looked out to observe his further actions. Fire slowed down, peering towards the window, and then turned around and flew away. I wanted to burst into tears, but it was better this way. Sorry, Loy. The door... I'm good. I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm great. The door opened and Lucifer entered. This man didn't even knock. Your roof is leaking. What? Are we role-playing? Is this like a plumber role-play? Break the dragon's heart. I did what I had to do. I did what I had to do. I did not want to get Loy's ending. Yes, yes, it is better. Why is he here? Because my roof is leaking. I jerked towards him, but restrained myself, trying not to show how glad I was to see him. Then I said casually, not a... It genuinely feels like this is a roleplay. He just opened the fucking door and was like, your roof is leaking. And I was like, what? And then I said casually, I know. What? What is happening? The entire school is buzzing. Are you really going to Malbante's lair again? Well, it's not my shit room choice. I was given this room at the beginning of season 3 and everyone has to take this room. He was pissed off that I'm going to Malbante's lair. Yes. Idiot. You're the idiot. I almost broke into tears as I shouted it. Holy shit, dude. The dude came... What is happening in this scene? Like... What is happening? Comes in. The roof is leaking. You're really going here. I say, yeah, he calls me an idiot, and then I call him an idiot back. Seeing how emotional I got, Lucifer's rage immediately subsided and he continued calmly. They're using you. Why are you so aggressive only with me? Why not get mad at the one who really deserves it? I don't know, maybe because you calling me an idiot hurts my fucking feelings, you asshole? You deserve it. Fine. I turned to the window. But why follow their lead? Wait for it. Oh no. Sometimes you have to go with the flow and trust will take you to the right place. Most likely it's going to be a waterfall and you'll drown in it. I'll hold my breath. It won't help. Aren't you a ray of sunshine? He came up to me, no longer hiding his emotions. You can't just do whatever you want, it's dangerous. It's none of your business. He pulled my hand so I'd look into his eyes. Yes, it is. How come? Just give me like 5 seconds. Sorry. It is so in character for him that the only reason he would say I love, well, first of all, he's yelling it. he's yelling it into, okay, I'm gonna play the Unky sound. Because Dr. Waffles. I, because I love you, and I'm still thinking about my uncle's big dick. Oh my god. It only makes sense that the first time that we finally hear these words come out of his mouth, he's screaming it at me. He's such a dick. Like, I'm surprised he didn't add stupid unclaimed to the end of that. Well, he already called me a fucking idiot, so. Oh my god. Because I love you. That was everything I wanted to be. Thank you, you're welcome. Holy shit. What did you say? Lucifer let go of my hand and avoided looking me in the eyes. No, sir. You said it. You commit to the words. Then, building up his courage, he looked at me and repeated, I didn't think he was actually gonna say it again. I didn't think he was actually gonna say it again. Still thinking about my uncle's big dick. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna get it together. Oh, let me get my fan. You guys know when I get worked up, I gotta grab my fan. Give me. Holy shit. Whew. I said I love you. Will you keep pretending you didn't hear me and make me repeat it? Are you confessing? Are you confessing your feelings to me and being rude to me at the same time? He looked at me again, this time differently. Oh my god! 3 fucking times? I can't! This is making up for all of the times. This is making up for all of the times that he didn't say it. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just now seeing the message. Waffle says I sound robotic. Do I still sound weird? Is there an issue with my audio or something? Let me know if it's still happening. I love you, Vicky. And I'm worried about you. This time he said it calmly, as if he had accepted it. You can... Oh, no, I'm gonna say I love you too. Lucifer caught his breath. For a while, he didn't know what to say, then he spoke quietly. I didn't expect to react this strongly to your response. I smiled. He was really trying to be sincere with me. He was powering through his trauma and inner barriers. Oh, is how I was reading it? Noticing my smile, he smiled back, and even though it lasted no longer than a second, it was a sincere smile without any hint of pain. Rejecting him is so bad? Wait, I want to know what that scene looks like. Even though I'm like morbidly curious. morbidly curious what that looks like. Come here. Come here. He pulled me towards him and teased me instead of kissing me right away. Kiss me. Abso-fucking-lutely. Me. What? Nothing. I'm just looking. The waffle said, wow, you got this man whipped, as he should be. Finally. My eyelids dropped and I couldn't open them. Look as much as you want. Before falling asleep, I felt Lucifer... Lucifer tucked the strands of my hair that fell on my face. When I woke up, I saw the cold twilight outside the window. I never liked the twilight. It always made me feel lonely. The whole castle was asleep. The silence was reigning over every nook and cranny. Unwillingly, I got up from the bed and went to the closet. Lucifer was still asleep. We fell asleep in the same bed. Again, where is Mimi? Is she good? I froze for a while looking at him. I could feel the warmth of the blanket that covered him. And even in his sleep, he looked strong and confident. But I had to go. I turned away from Lucifer and no longer looked in his direction. I was afraid to wake him up and ask him to fly with me. Where are we going? It was time to get dressed. I need something comfortable for the flight. Winchester style. Wow. That's what I'm like, is Mimi here? Wow, they really said Winchester or Rebecca. That's not a bad outfit. The free outfit isn't a bad outfit. I'll do Winchester. I feel like everyone in chat needs to collectively high five because Lucifer went down on us. And I think that that is a big, big win that we need to address and talk about. Because, yes, I'm very happy that was written into the scene. Mom, Crowley, and the surviving counselor were waiting for me at the entrance. Well, we gotta go, Eric. We can't stay there, you know. I wish we could stay there, but we have duties to fulfill. I told you, she is trustworthy. That makes me happy. What's the matter? He's a giver when he loves you. We finally got there. Mom took my hands. We've got your back. You will fly towards his camp. I won't be able to find it. Surely Malbonte will find you himself, same as he did the last time. We'll give you an amulet that'll leave a trail of energy behind. We'll find you. Lilo came running downstairs, clutching something in her hands. We haven't seen Lilo in a... Oh, no. Whoa, Osty's still here? I thought she... Okay. Osty strolled behind, folding her hands in front of her. What are they doing here? Are you talking about Osty and Lilo? They volunteered to help. Oh, fuck. No! No! Nowadays, any help is welcome. I don't know about that. Lilo stopped next to me completely out of breath. Here you go. An amulet? Okay. Nice amulet. Beautiful, beautiful. Malbonte will be furious when he realizes that you revealed his campsite. I'll bet Lucifer never ate out Osty. I don't think so either. I stopped and looked at her carefully. Waffle said Lilo is the dumbest fucking name. Is she gloating over Malbonte's failure or mine? We have a rat among us. No, I'm just paranoid. Girl, I don't know. Can you handle it, unclaimed? Osty only joins Malbonte if you don't take the earlier diamond scene to apologize for her for your mother. Oh. That's interesting. Okay. I could help her. Save your eagerness for better times. Osty looked at me sullenly with a cheeky grin on her lips. Let's see what you're made of, unclaimed. I fucked your ex last night. He went down on me. So fuck you, and stop calling me unclaimed. Vicky. My name is Vicky. I know, Vicky. I spread my wings. If that's all. Don't forget which side you're on, Vicky. I didn't reply. I soared up towards the sky to meet Malbonte. Unky bad bonk. Unky bonky. I flew for so long that I began to think about turning around. To be honest, the thought calmed me down, but I didn't have the chance to put it into action. Oh! Safri. I still don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Bam. I got stunned. I woke up lying on the ground, and the first thing I saw was a dozen legs crowded around me. They parted in front of a pair of confidently approaching legs. What do we have here? Did the bird fly into the cage on its own? Fishy said you fucked him all night long, Curl. He didn't stop until you're about to pass out from exhaustion. Oh. I know it can get scary out there in the big world. Malbonte turned around and walked away, saying as he was departing, "Bring her to my table." Malbonte ate in silence, only occasionally looking in my direction. From time to time, I reached into my pocket to touch the stumbling block in the amulet. They calmed me down. Help yourself, don't be shy, Vicky. Don't you think it's weird that he didn't, like, pat us down or some shit? You know, that's like some basic shit. If someone breaks into your underground camp, you should pat them down. He returned to his breakfast, continuing to look conspiratorially at me. What a great word. What's he up to? What game is he playing? I became anxious. My hands were shaking, and I was afraid to raise them above the table. My eyes were running from side to side, and I couldn't stop them. Noticing my nervousness, Malbonte put down his utensils and looked at me with a terribly severe expression on his face. Oh. Really? You have to pay diamonds to keep your shit together? Okay. I took a deep breath and exhaled slowly. I straightened my back and calmly rested my hands on the table. Then I lifted my chin and looked fearlessly at Malbonte. Malbonte stared at me for a while, then he grinned and continued to eat. Why did you come here? I thought you have chosen a side. I thought you'd destroy me if this side wasn't yours. Who knows, your food may have been poisoned. Do you see me eating? Don't you trust me? I see no reason to trust anyone anymore. He put down the utensils again and looked at me again, now with some kind of inquisitiveness. Why are you here? I came for answers. I see that. your message, Narnia, just popped on the screen as soon as it said +1 glory. You won't get them. Oh, I will. Malbonte's lips twitched, but ultimately he constrained his emotions. He suppressed his satisfied smile. Malbonte finished his meal, obviously not in a hurry to speak to me. But then he wiped his mouth with a napkin and waved his hand. If you have something to tell me, now is the time. Do you have anything to tell me? What would you like to hear? How did you manage to get the keys to Shefa's gate? No one but Shefa could touch them. Who are you? I'm the son of a demon and an angel. What does that have to do with anything? A lot. How did you know you can touch them? I was following my intuition. No, that's not it. Is that what you think? How did you know? Someone told me. Who? Why do you think you have the right to question me? This isn't an interrogation, but I want to know. Well, you can want lots of things. Are you nervous all of a sudden? Why? Because you're asking the wrong questions. I have some of your power in me. I can be on your side or I can be against you. You offered me to switch to your side, but you're hiding something from me. You're no different from the angels, you just have different goals. He jumped up from the table, rushed towards me, and bent over me. Do you want to know what I'm hiding? My heart was pounding so fast, and I was terrified of his proximity and his unpredictable actions. One move, one uncontrollable outburst of anger, and he could kill me. But still, I shouted in his face. Yes, I do. Malbonte recoiled, calming down a bit. Do you want to know heaven's most important secret? There can't be another one. There cannot be another one. We've got to stop. We've got to stop this. Do you want to know what your beloved angels are hiding from all of you? What Shefa is hiding? Yes. With a sharp movement... Oh. Why is he taking off his shirt? Removed his top, exposing his torso. Oh, I do not know how to say whatever he's saying to me. What language is that? In that case, I'm gonna I'm gonna butcher this badly. What language is that? I don't even know. I don't even know what he's trying to say. He turned around with his back towards me. Oh. Okay, what a weird cliffhanger. So now you can see how is that Heaven's secret, is that Malbonte is not quite as ripped as he would have liked us to think he was. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna see if I can look up what he said. What was it? Oh shit, I already forgot. Something. I think I didn't spell it correctly. No. I already forgot what it was. I remembered the end, but I forgot the... Oh, I forgot the other one. Okay. Episode 10 out of 11. The coin is tossed into the air. There is no escaping war, but is it possible to escape the pain? Oh, it means dare to know. Well, thank you so much, Narnia. I guess we're finally gonna figure out. Maybe it's gonna be... Oh, that's interesting. There's a content warning. This episode of Heaven's Secret contains themes and images that some readers might find disturbing. Please proceed with caution. Alright, content warning, everybody, although I think everyone here has played this book before. Uncles are never as sexy as they appear. Yeah, his clothing, really made him look a lot fitter. Not that he's in bad shape, but, like, they made him look, like, buff. Chapter 10, Malleum Necessarium. Do you want to know Heaven's most important secret? Yada yada yada. I'm not going to read this again. He turned around with his back towards me. Alright. See you next time, Jacob. What is this? What the fuck is this? Ew. Ew. The part where his skin meets his wings? Fucking gross. What? What's that? The mark of the one who has guided me all this time. The mark of the one whose whispers I've heard ever since I was born. What the fuck? Whispers. I heard them too. Because you're harboring part of my powers. Who is he? Malbonte got dressed and hesitated a bit before answering. Heaven doesn't know its own history. It's true history. Yeah, tell me everything. I'm so confused. Shefa is considered the creator of everything, but that's not the case. Before the beginning of all time, there were two powerful entities. Twin brothers. Ooh, Shefa and Shefa Malum. Holy shit. Did he kill his brother? Holy shit. They created the universe and the world. Shefa Malum, one part, Shefa, the other one. But they were too ambitious and strong. Their interests started to collide. One wanted to be worshipped and feared by his creatures. The other one believed that there was no need to interfere with the world of their children. Then one of the twins decided that his brother was too soft and indifferent and didn't deserve to rule the worlds. Shefa Malum wanted to overthrow Shefa, and a great war flared up between them, which lasted hundreds of millennia. Damn. Damn. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much... This is all very Latin-inspired. Anytime they have a character that's good or bad, they just add... Whatever the name of the good character is, they just add Mal to it. It's like Malbonte, Shefa Malum. Very Latin. Two brothers, two deities, equal in strength, but everything comes to an end, and so did their battle. To win, Shefa Malum created Earth and its weak creatures. So insignificant compared to the immortals that they'd worship Shefa Malum as he desired him and make him stronger. Hunger, plagues, fear, Earth was dying. Shefa couldn't watch the torture of his children, albeit not his, and he revealed himself to them and gave them hope. To the horror of Shefa Malum, people began to pray to Shefa, not to him, their creator. Shefa grew stronger and soon overpowered his brother. But the twins who created all things couldn't be destroyed, so Shefa sent Shefa Malum into the world of non-existence. That's the dude who I saw earlier. Gotcha. I'll be honest, Waffles, it's been a really long time since I read the story of Romulus and Remus. Probably, but it's been a really long time since I did. However, the moment the brothers parted, the world that they created also divided. The part that Shefa Malum created became a world of chaos and hatred. The part that Shefa created became a world of prosperity and purity. And they were called Heaven and Hell. And since that time, the children of Shefa Malum and Shefa believed that they were divided. They were always divided and were never one. They didn't know that there were two creators, and one of them was locked in a dungeon, from which there was no escape. I was dumbfounded and couldn't find the words. Yeah, this is kind of a lot. But I, the only surviving child of an angel and a demon during a pillar of instability, heard Shefa Malum's voice. It was a call of the blood. He revealed the secret to me. I was a little boy, and one Christmas, the children were thanking their patrons, parents, teachers, and of course Shefa for everything they had, and then it was my turn. Oh, shit. I stood in front of the crowd of angels and demons and began to say, "Thank you, Shefa, for my mom. And thank you, Shefa Malum, for Dad." Ooh. Bante. Hundreds of angels and demons began to chatter. Their frightened whispers spread through the hall. As soon as the name slipped off my lips, Shefa heard it. That is why Shefa had such a fucking thing against him. One of the seraphim rushed to calm me down and get me out of sight, but I got scared. "Come with me." I saw the horror on his face and felt his animal instinct to destroy me. I got scared. I was small and I didn't know much, but I figured that out and I was terrified. No. I just don't believe that these angels are like actually out to get him as badly as he thinks they are, but okay. There was this power in me and it grew and got stronger, but I didn't know how to control it. And it broke free. The seraph fell to his knees. His face was riddled with black veins. Bont! I killed him. A little boy killed a sheriff. It was difficult to kill even for God's skillful creatures. It was unthinkable. It was dangerous. You know the rest. Shefa Malum taught me how to use my powers, and soon I was able to get in touch with angels and demons through whispers, dreams, and visions. If it weren't for my physical shell enjoying freedom, I wouldn't have been able to get out of that darkness. I can still hear Shefa Malum's voice, but I don't want to do it his way. His motives are too dire. I want to create a new world in which a child won't be persecuted for the way he was born. I have told you the truth without embellishing it. He fell silent, but I was in no hurry to answer. I had a million thoughts going through my mind. I didn't forget about the task hanging over my head like, oh my god, Damocles' sword. Having learned Heaven's secret, all of the secrets and hidden motives on both sides only convinced me that. Again, if I were playing, we already decided that we're going to do the Malbonte is wrong, we're going to fight against him, yada yada yada. Yeah, we're going to fight against him. But I really would want to pick that. But I'm going to save that for a different playthrough. I was sent here to destroy the keys. I'll do what I came for. You're right. Shefa betrayed us all by hiding the truth. He needs to be overthrown. Using the keys? Yes. I want to see them. Can you show them to me? Malbonte looked at me for a long time, then smiled and nodded. Why not? He turned around and slowly headed somewhere. I followed him. If I were him, I would not let anyone see these fucking keys. Again, didn't pat her down, showing her access to the goods. I just don't think it's very smart. Malbonte lifted the lid of the box and took out the keys. The keys lit up the entire room. Malbonte held the keys for a while in his hands and then handed me the artifact. Because his methods are just like to kill Shefa, but then it's like, I don't know. Seems like a very short-term plan. Here you go. I took a few hasty steps but stopped suddenly. I can't touch them. Of course you can. Malbonte came up to me and placed the keys into my palm. What are you? But nothing happened. Malbonte took the keys and put them back into the box. Another perk of the powers that now flow through you. When are you planning to use these keys? Today. Holy shit. Why today? Malbonte turned away, went to the window, and began to look out for something. I don't have much time. I looked at the keys left unattended. My throat started to close from excitement, and my palms were sweating. Now or never. I glanced at Malbonte's back, then rushed to the box, took the stumbling block out of my pocket, and swung. But Malbonte caught my hand before the stone touched the keys. Fuck. I'm disappointed, Vicky. Although that's to be expected. Did you honestly think I didn't know what Rebecca was up to? Do you honestly think I didn't know what you're up to? He pushed me away and I fell to the floor. Are you savoring yet another victory? It's not a victory yet. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to like be on his side after everything that he did. Like he killed Sammy, killed 80, assuming that, you know, 80 didn't die in like the earlier chapters. He lifted me up as if I were an object. I know the army is heading here, following the trail your amulet left behind. He unceremoniously reached into my pocket and took out the amulet. He threw it on the floor and angrily crushed it with his foot. He took the stone and mockingly spun it in his hand. I'll take this too. Malbonte put it in the same box with the keys. But what should I do with you? He gripped my elbow. You'll become useless to them if you're in a cell. I remember the horror that I experienced in his dungeon. No. I broke free from his hands and Malbonte grabbed the hem of my clothes, trying to stop me. Rip. Oh my god, he's undressing me. I covered the torn top as I was shaking violently with anger and embarrassment. Malbonte took the first thing he could find out of a bag and threw it at me. If you keep fighting me, you'll walk there naked. Oh my god. He left the room so I could change. This man just ripped my clothes off. I do not like how sexual that was. I made me a little bit uncomfortable. As soon as I got dressed, Malbonte opened the door. For a moment, I wanted to throw myself out of the window just to get away from him, but he was right next to me, tying up my wings. In case you were thinking of flying away. He nodded towards the door. Narnia, have you ever played, not taking his side? Have you only played taking his side? Go. Malbonte didn't touch me again. He walked next to me, so I'd forget all about attempting to escape. Once we got to the cell, he didn't shackle me. Our paths are still connected, Vicky. I still need you. Bam. He closed the door with a bang. I pressed my cheek to the door and punched it. Then I slid down to the floor. It was so dark I couldn't see my own hands. This is it, Vicky. It's all coming to an end. This is the home stretch. It's gonna be over today. I hugged my knees and buried my face in my clasped hands. Ew, Eric. Ew. Oh, well, now it's gonna be your first time watching us not take his side. Silence. An abysmal darkness filled me with torturous anticipation. It seems as though I fell asleep, because all of a sudden I felt a strong blast. I got up and moved towards the opposite wall. A series of explosions followed. They're here. I stretched my hands forward as my mom once did. I closed my eyes. Come on, you can do it. Use his own powers to kick his ass. A powerful stream of energy directed at the door almost knocked it off its hinges. Nice. The keyhole cracked and the door around it got dented. The door was only slightly open, as if inviting me to go outside. Nothing but chaos and the horrible consequences of my decisions awaited me there. I opened the door. Damn. This is like, what, the third war scene we've gotten? Hate and fear got hold of everything and everyone. The fire from the explosions engulfed the entire city, devoured all houses, and burned every path. The Citadel has invaded Malbonte's abode, but he was prepared for them. His followers were merciless and embittered. While the Citadel's army merely carried out orders, Malbonte's soldiers were prepared to lay down their lives for the cause. Damn, this is some badass artwork. Look at the dragons up there. They're ready to fight to the death for an idea. I stood still and my mind was ready to take it all in. But the thought that flashed through my head brought me out of my stupor and made me act. The tumbling stone and Malbonte's dresser, I have to get to it to destroy the keys. And I ran as fast as I could, dodging arrows, all kinds of explosions, and people running at me and after me. Oh my god, these scene transitions take forever. Once I reached Malbonte's room, I ran to the chest of drawers without hesitation. The stone lay in the same place where Malbonte left it, but the keys were gone. I need to find them and destroy them. Without them, it's game over for Malbonte's plan. I ran out into the street, but immediately a blast wave knocked me off my feet. The stumbling stone rolled out of my hand and dropped at someone's little feet. Huh? Miscellanea lifted the stone and stared at it in dismay. And then I saw everything. No! Wait, did I just misinterpret that? On one side, Malbonte led his army of Sabantros. He looked dead serious, ready to kill for the sake of his goal. On the other side, the Citadel's motley army of angels, demons, seraphim, and disciples. Oh my god, these scene transitions take forever. I immediately noticed the surviving counselor, Mom, and Demon Mammon. Oh my god. I just don't... the panning back and forth. Dino, Lucifer, Andy, and Mimi stood behind them. When Miscellanea picked up the stone, Malbonte stepped forward. You're fighting for those who killed your sister. The opportunity to avenge her is in your hands. You can give the stone to me, or you can give this advantage to your sister's killers. What? What will you choose? Miscellanea trembled, squeezed the stone in her hands, and closed her eyes. Geralt pushed aside the immoral, standing in front of him and shouted, "What is happening?" Don't listen to him! His speech is powerful, but he's not the serpent tempter. Then Miscellanea quietly replied, He's right, they killed my sister. What is happening? I have no context for this. They don't care about people like you, and now they're terrified you have such power in your hands. He is manipulating you, can't you see it? Miscellanea, don't do this. Make up your mind, Miscellanea, but be sure of the choice you make. He's right, they killed my sister. Miscellanea looked up, and now her gaze gained strength and confidence in what she was about to say. But revenge doesn't heal, it only makes everything worse. Crowley approached Miscellanea and carefully, almost affectionately, took the stone out of her hands. He patted her on the back and said in a fatherly way, Well done, girl. What sister? Crowley smiled at her and then suddenly walked towards Malbonte. When he caught up with him, he just handed him the stone. Bitch! I'm gonna beat this old man's ass. I'm gonna beat his ass. Mom instantly shouted furiously, almost shaking with anger. What are you doing? The evening has just begun, but it's already getting interesting. The seraph calmly turned around and exclaimed, I'm tired and I'm disappointed. All my life I tried to give something to this world, but the system is rotten. All you can do is take, and then spit it out on the sidelines. But I trusted you. He is... How the fuck? I can't even tell which one's angel or demon. I don't know. Traitor. You're a pathetic coward. I respect you, Rebecca, but do not cross the line. You've already crossed it. All my past achievements have been forgotten. I was pushed to the sidelines. And now you ask me to fight and die in battle for your cause? I do not know what Malbonte's reign will bring, but I am curious to find out. Wow. For now, I choose not to participate in your battle. He bowed. Someone kill him. Go away, old man. It will get hot very quickly. Why does he keep describing things as getting hot? So weird. Crowley disappeared behind the ranks of Sabantras. They shuffled their paws impatiently, hastily cleaned their feathers, and straightened up. Malbonte stood still, and his face expressed nothing but a desire to kill. Mom, still furious at Crowley, held out her sword hand and shouted impatiently. Attack! Mammon tore his flesh outfit. Ew. 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 That's a disgusting way to describe it. And his enormous body towered over the rest of the immortals. Okay, contro? I don't know what that means. The Sabantras rushed to attack. Their scream echoed through the sky. Malbonte's followers flocked on all sides, violently cutting down anyone who stood in their way. Hundreds of swords clashed. Their terrifying clanging pierced the air. This is the dreaded moment we've all been fearing. These are the consequences of our decisions. I ran towards the slaughter, towards my own personal retribution. This wasn't the first time I've killed. The creatures fighting on Monte's side were they barely resembled humans, and yet every death at my hand made me feel uneasy. But there was no time to think about it. The raging war didn't leave room to breathe. Oh, Zigza. Oh, here's the bitch. I heard Zigza's nasty voice coming from behind. I turned around and jumped away from him just in time to notice a long sword with sharp teeth. What a sweet, sweet meeting. I'm gonna kill his ass. Cat got your tongue? I'm in no mood for chit-chat. Well then, let's have another kind of chat. Zigza lunged forward. Dodge. I turned away. The blade missed me by 1 inch. I waved my sword, but Zigza arched with inhuman flexibility, dodging my attack. Zigza. Ill. 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 Is your Zigza the equivalent to my Unky Bonky? Then I threw the sword aside and stretched my hands forward before he had time to realize what I was doing. Zigza was thrown aback. I chased after him, sat on his chest, and pressed my elbow to his throat. Kill him. No, you won't. No. I choked him harder. Nice chat. A beast woke up inside me, ready to be cruel when needed and capable of using force without being afraid of it, prepared to kill. And I unleashed this beast. Zigza was desperately trying to escape my grip. His slender, crooked legs bent and unbent as if he wanted to jump. He was trying to remove my hands, but then his purple tongue fell out to one side. Ew. Zigza convulsed harder and then stopped moving altogether. His head turned to one side with his bulging eyes remained open. I slowly got up, looked at him with undisguised disgust. Good luck in non-existence. A sharp blow knocked me down. Someone cut my ankles. Holy shit. Cut my ankles from behind. I only turned around, but I got only a glimpse of a flashing blade that reflected the moonlight. We killed Zigza. Bam. The attacker fell right on top of me, and I pushed his body away with a cry. He lay facing the ground and didn't move. Oh, Shefa. Miscellanea was trembling hysterically and looking at her bloody hands. You saved me. Me? Yes, he wanted to kill you. Didn't you notice him? Geralt swiftly turned Miscellanea towards him. He looked at her hands and then at the corpse next to me and, analyzing everything, said, Go away, it's a massacre here. He helped me get up. Now go. Miscellanea clung to him and desperately begged. Please come with us. Vicky, take her away. I tried to unclench her hands from Geralt, but she was adamant. Please. I'll find you, go. They're definitely in love, right? Like, for sure, for sure. I squeezed Miscellanea's wrist and I could feel her bones screeching under my grip. Whoops. We ran through the crowd, dodging the swords, and then we took off. Miscellanea turned around and suddenly screamed. Geralt! Geralt was fighting 3 demons. Oh no. They already managed to wound him several times. Miscellanea rushed to him, but I accelerated to try and stop her. Yeah, there's definitely something romantic going on there. Geralt was very close when I saw one of the Sabantras caught Miscellanea. Oh shit. No. The bird pecked at her, leaving lacerated wounds on her snow-white skin. Woo! I definitely don't think I have 40 angel points, so I guess it's gonna be Geralt. Miscellanea, hang in there. I'll be back quickly. No, the fuck I won't. Miscellanea was further away, but Geralt was very close. He was at the end of his rope. He was fighting without as much as looking at his opponents. He had blood pouring down his face and clouding his vision. Geralt! Dang, you only say one or none. That fucking sucks. A ball of energy burst out from my palm, zoomed over the attackers, and then exploded with pure energy, impaling them. I didn't know I could do that. Well, didn't we do that earlier? Geralt, falling on his back, spread his arms to his sides. He tried to catch his breath without fainting. Geralt, how are you? He raised his head and smiled at me. Thank you. I kneeled in front of him, hugged him, and pressed my forehead against his. You're alive. Thanks to you. Yep, Miscellanea is about to die. Geralt shuddered, got up, and looked at the sky, looking out for Miscellanea. That's the Sabantra! I flew up, trying my best to make it on time. Geralt, despite his wounds, rushed after me. We were halfway there when we stopped, petrified by what we saw. Miscellanea fell, spinning and turning over in the air. Ooh, Geralt flew towards her. You let Geralt die when you played? He caught her, but was too weak to stop her fall, so they kept on falling together. Geralt took the blow. Damn. I flew up to them, helped him turn her over. Oh no. Geralt turned away and pressed his fingers to his eyes as if trying to hold back the tears. Her hair was messy and bloody. The Sabantra's claws had torn her clothes to shreds, and yet her face remained as immaculate and kind as always. She seemed to be smiling even now. Geralt hugged her lifeless body with all his might and cried. I recoiled, stood up, swaying from shock, and took off. Damn, bitch. Vicky didn't even stay. She said, I got to go. I soared up to the sky and rose above all the mess of intertwined bodies. I stopped on a ledge from where I could see the entire battlefield. Everything seemed so surreal from up here. A battle of two equal opponents, a battle of strong against the powerful. Sabantras roared, tore off soldiers' heads, and pecked at their faces. Citadel's warriors quartered everyone in their path. Somewhere there, inside the bloody massacre, my friends were fighting. Oh, you didn't have enough devil points? That makes sense. I don't think I had enough angel points to save her, even if I wanted to. Somewhere out there, hundreds of lives ended every second, and the rest were hanging by a thread. Onward! Attack! I stood above it all and breathed heavily. Slowly my breath turned into sobs. I shouted into the void. I shouted to Sheffa and Shefmalium about my pain. But my scream, like the other screams of the warriors, got drowned in the meat grinder. I covered my mouth with my hands, but the scream just burst out. My heart sank when I saw Mimi among the fighters. She wasn't fighting. All her movements were like a dance. A graceful, deadly dance. Oh, I need a sip of water. Give me 1 second. Alright. Mimi. I could no longer stay away. I spread my wings and flew myself into the, maelstrom of death? The wait was long and painful. But then someone came along and brought confusion and fear into the world. Malbonte was thirsty for blood and didn't skimp on dirty methods. Because of him, so many immortals were killed. This can't be overlooked. On Earth, I was an ordinary girl, but heaven gave me the strength to make this world a little better. I chopped up soldiers, deflected attacks, defended, and attacked. I was ready to crush yet another enemy with my power when suddenly I stopped. Vicky? She looked at me anxiously. Are you on his side? No, of course not. She smiled and jumped to hug me. This is some kind of madness. All this... Her voice was barely heard in the bedlam. Be careful, Mimi. You too. I just love her so much. We parted in different directions, both fighting Malbonte's monsters. We knew there was power in unity. My body ached, my eyes were covered with sweat, and my hands were trembling. So, like, at what point are we... The war feels like a distraction from what he could be doing, which is, like, using the keys to unlock the gate to get to Sheffa, you know? Like, I just don't know if this is the best use of our time, just, like, cutting up all of the prisoners. I stumbled over someone's body and came face to face with death. I didn't know who it was, but his features will surely be imprinted in my brain until the end of my life. I backed away from him. I saw legs rushing past me, Savantros and Immortals flying overhead, and I kept looking at this lifeless face, unable to turn away. But Lucifer suddenly grabbed me and shook me hard. I told you not to go without me. What if something had happened to you? How can you be... This man! Call me unclaimed one more time. I swear to God. How can you be so stupid, unclaimed? Lucifer. I kissed him, but the kiss was immediately interrupted. We were attacked by Malbonte's henchmen, and we had to go back into that endless and vicious cycle of defense and attack. And yet I saw out of the corner of my eye Lucifer's strong silhouette. His presence filled me with faith that we would now succeed. Okay. Ooh. Merciless. There was no other way during the war, and while I was busy fighting, another battle was about to start. Mammon, taking his demon form, landed close to Malbonte. Malbonte immediately took an interest in him. Oh no. No. What a meeting. Mammon, if I'm not mistaken? In flesh and blood. So I see you chose the Citadel. Are you afraid of losing your post? I'll save it for you, don't worry. No need to bribe me, Malbonte. Whatever you say. But we told him the night before to stop fucking calling us that, is the thing. And they attacked each other. Two forces collided, two ancient creatures who have lived 1,000 lives. Mammon's blows threw Malbonte significantly aback as if he weighed nothing, but Malbonte jumped up every time as if these blows meant nothing to him. They moved lightning fast, blocking each other's attacks. It was hard keeping track of the battle. I don't want to kill you, Mammon. I like you. We need to find a different pet name then. I don't like it. Unclaimed just feels like the nickname that he would call us just to like insult us, like, oh yeah, you're nothing but unclaimed, when we first met, and I don't like being reminded of that. And I don't like you. Yeah, I do feel like whenever he's pissed, he's reverts back to calling me unclaimed. That's like when you got in trouble as a child and like your parents would call you by your full name. That's very much the vibe I get from unclaimed being a nickname. Mammon was relentlessly delivering blow after blow, making it impossible for Malbonte to get a breather. Malbonte was hesitant to deflect the attacks as if he didn't care to end the battle. If you don't stop, you'll die. Oh god. Vivere militare est? Hearing the answer, Malbonte's face changed. The demon hit a nerve, as if reminding him why he was here. Mammon knocked him down again. Malbonte fell to the ground. Mammon wanted to strike the final blow. He's gonna die. He's gonna kill him. Malbonte closed his eyes, and when he opened them, they were blacker than the dead of night. Light burst out of his palms. It was the color of soup, the color of death. Oh, he's gonna kill him. Oh, shit. And this light pierced Mammon right through, and this light took his life. Oh, Mimi. Oh, no. Mimi rushed to him. Oh, no, no, no. Mimi. No, Mimi. No, no, no. So tiny, fearless, and full of despair, flew straight to Malbonte, well knowing there was nothing she could do. And yet she flew anyway. No, no, Mimi. Mammon raised his hands as if he was trying to stop her with the power of thought, but his immortality was rapidly coming to an end. It was as if time slowed down, as if Sheppa pressed the pause button so every second got imprinted in the memory. So that I could think over and over again, tormenting myself with painful thoughts. What could I have done differently? What could I have done differently? What? I saw Mammon. His wings were pressed to the ground. His fingers quivered in the wind, and some of them got torn out and carried away. I saw Lucifer in the sky, dumbfounded by rage. I saw Mimi's face wet with tears, and I shouted, Mimi, no! Mimi turned towards me. I managed to get through to her despite the bitterness and pain of her father's death. Mimi slowed down, and Malbonte blocking her attempt to attack threw her aside. Mimi fell to the ground unconscious. Aw, Lucifer showing concern for her. Mimi. Lucifer only stared at Mimi's motionless body, feeling an all-consuming rage directed at Malbonte. I've never seen such a wild, distraught look. You're dead. Oh fuck, this is not good. I am nervous. Lucifer attacked Malbonte, but he pushed him away with one blow. This is war. Do you think I enjoy it? Maybe not, because he did try to tell Mammon to stop. Lucifer wiped off the blood from his lips and stood up. Oh, I don't fucking like this. I think so. They stood opposite each other, staring wildly. Malbonte did nothing. He was calm and collected. You're angry with me. You have every right to be. But is this the hill you want to die on? Lucifer muttered through his teeth, and his voice sounded more like a roar. It is. He folded his wings behind him and ran towards Malbonte. His hand stretched into a fist, and his body turned red as if soaked with rage. Malbonte sent a stream of energy at him. Lucifer turned and spread his wings, taking all the blow on his back. He fell to his knees, but immediately got up and continued his attack, and then threw a fiery ball at him that escaped from his palms. Malbonte brushed it off with his hand. His skin got burned, but he paid no attention to it, only curled his lips in pain. The games are over. Malbonte soared into the air and released a black ball of energy. Oh, fuck. Oh, Lucifer started to back away, but the ball managed to engulf him. I didn't know what it was doing to him, but all of a sudden, Lucifer fell to his knees and screamed in excruciating pain. No. No. Malbonte turned around, was about to leave to stop, realizing that the cry had ceased. Lucifer got to his feet. His knees were trembling. He straightened his shoulders, overcoming the pain. You just don't know when to give up. Lucifer spread his arms. The ball of energy around him burst, but he didn't move, as if he was distracted by something. His muscles and bones moved eerily. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh. Lucifer feeling something inside, he tightened the skin on his chest and tore it. When Lucifer looked up at Malbonte, he saw a completely different look. Malbonte was on alert. You have acquired the second hypostasis. Congratulations. Holy shit. This is his demon form? Oh my god. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I just... Yep. That's it. That's my commentary. I don't know what to say. Is this another one of those, like, angel and demon things? I feel like inner strength feels like a deeper kind of metaphor, given the fact that, the Con-Il Salt Waffles said tell him to bring out the demon form the next time he spends the night. I don't think it, no. I'm good with the way he normally looks. I'm truly fine. Also, does the demon, like, does someone explain to me how clothes work in the demon form? Because now he's wearing, like, a skirt of some kind, and I don't understand where he got that from. I'm gonna do attack with inner strength. Lucifer didn't move. He was in no hurry to get to Malbonte. He slowly raised his hands and then shouted. Oh, memento mori, Malbonte. And he unleashed all his rage and hatred, turning it into pure but deadly energy. Damn! He didn't have time to dodge or regroup, and Malbonte got thrown aside. Another would have probably died on the spot, but Malbonte survived. His hands were shaking as he stood up, but it didn't seem to hurt him much. He coughed up blood and answered, I always remember. You're a worthy opponent, Lucifer, but it's time to end this. Malbonte soared up into the air, but his wings didn't open. Something else lifted him. Yeah, to me, inner strength was more like, a little bit more symbolic of, you know, Lucifer's journey. It was as if an invisible hand raised him. Albante closed his eyes, or raised his palms up, closed his eyes, and when he opened them, they were saturated with darkness, and this darkness was ready to break out. Fuck. Malbonte looked at me. Lucifer grabbed him by the ankle and pulled him down with unbelievable strength. The powerful impact left remarkable cracks in the ground. I've never seen this. I feel like I haven't seen this sad face. Especially during war, that's interesting. Oh shit, the Sabantra. The Sabantras flew instantly to protect their master. They pounced on Lucifer, not realizing that by doing so, they were saving him from Malbante's wrath. Malbante went into hiding to heal his wounds. Damn, Lucifer fucked him up. He still needed all his strength to win the war. Damn, my baby did good. Okay. Can I kill Andy on purpose? Can I just get rid of him? Can we make sure that he dies in this? Dino, on the right. I raised my head and saw a flock of Sabantras. They surrounded Andy and Dino in a deadly circle. There were so many birds that I couldn't see the stars nor the moon, and only 2 immortals fought against him, while here on the ground the Citadel was fighting Malbante's followers. Hold on. I flew to them. There were too many of them, but only had one thought in my head. I can't lose them, I can't lose them, I can't. Andy and Dino were on their last legs. At some point, Dino and I locked eyes. Ooh, what's she about to do? I wanted to tell him so much, to apologize, to confess, but the only thing I could do was help him. I wanted to prove to him that we're not enemies and he was still dear to me. Were we ever enemies? Did I make him feel that way? I didn't think I did. And even though we're on different sides, Huh? Different sides? Huh? I'm with him, I'll always be with him. The fuck? The Sabantras were furious. Having fought with them for so long, the boy's strength had dried up, so the birds managed to strike more often. Oh. I thought they meant different. The different sides to me was reading more of like I chose Malbante's side, and I was like, Don't give up. I hate this fucker. Take that, mutt. Andy got distracted for a split second, and oh, a Sabantra stabbed him in the neck. Is he dead? Andy. Dino and I flew towards him. Is he dead? Andy continued to fight the Sabantras, but even from afar, I saw the lacerated wound on his neck, and then out of a corner of my eye, I noticed a Sabantra approaching Dino with her mouth wide open. Dino, watch out. She knocked him down. I saw every detail as if every millisecond was imprinted in my brain. The Sabantra opened her mouth even wider, tore a piece of flesh from his neck and then another from his face, and then bit off his hands as he tried to cover himself. Oh my god, Dino tried to defend himself, but he was at the end of his rope and the pain prevented him from using inner force. Then a Sabantra broke his neck and pushed himself off his shoulders with his paws and rushed towards Andy. Oh my god, but I didn't want Dino to die. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god! What the fuck? Did I have to like romance him and take diamond scenes for him to fucking live? Like, what the fuck? I probably had to have a good relationship with him, didn't I? Fuck. Bro. I really actually did not want Dino to die. Like, I'm actually kind of bummed right now. I screamed heart-rendingly and turned away, but I saw Dino's lifeless face. An incinerating, all-consuming pain took over my entire body and soul. No, I don't want it spoiled. If it's a spoiler from like past chapters, well, I guess it would have to be a spoiler from past chapters. Uh, I'll think on it. I'll think on if I want the spoiler. My mind refused to believe that Dino was gone. Tears ran down my cheeks, lingered on my chin, and dripped onto my clothes. I wiped my face, but it just got wet the next second. My heart ached so bad that it was hard for me to breathe. Girl, you know what's so funny is that Andy's literally about to die, and Vicky's like too busy worrying about Dino to worry about the person who's still alive. Dino, you can't leave me all alone. You just can't. And I sobbed loudly. I was pulling at my hair, trying to get rid of all the excruciating pain I felt. God damn, this is sad. Here goes Andy. I fell silent, shaking and sobbing, and turned around. Sabantra's continued to torture Andy. Yep, sure, she forgot about him the moment she saw Dino. Every death left scars in me, and I felt hysteria taking over, but Andy needed help, and it turned out to be my lifeline. Bro, if Dino dies, but Andy lives, I am writing a very strongly worded letter to Alice, because what the fuck. In order not to lose my mind, I focused my energy entirely on saving him. I'm coming, Andy. No. Andy fought back as best as he could, but his punches became weak. No. I was able to kill one Sabantra and then another. But there was one more. That got him. Got him! Got him! Andy! Got him! Woo! We did it, folks! I'm sorry that Dino had to be a collateral, but we did what we had to do, okay? A Sabantra pierced Andy's body. Andy slumped on its sword-like hand. The creature pushed him away and flew to find other victims. Andy was falling down. Oh, Shefa, no, no. I suddenly felt an all-consuming emptiness inside of me. I didn't notice how I relaxed my body and wings, and suddenly I was falling down myself. Before I hit the ground, I unconsciously spread my wings and softened the fall. And yet the blow was strong. For some time I lay without moving as if I had died. I got up and started to walk, not knowing to where. I was walking in a haze without a grasp on things going around me. You and I are alike. We have a passion for life. We won't get ourselves killed so easily. I'm tired of doing voices at this point. I don't want to do it. You fought so desperately. Death is afraid to come near you. I stopped and slowly looked at him. My veins were filled with sorrow. All my tears have dried up from rage. The only reason I survived is to kill you. No, you survived for me, huh? Malbonte walked around me and took a good look from all sides. It'd be easier if I could do everything myself, but the ritual transferred a part of my powers to you, and now we're connected. Without you, I cannot open the gate to Shefa's kingdom. An insane thought struck me. I realized that my existence is a threat, that Malbonte can win because I survived. And if he wins, all those deaths will be in vain. I raised a... Oh no! I raised the dead man's sword and smiled through tears. The sword won't help you. He thinks I want to fight him. I smiled through my tears. For the fallen ones. I turned the sword on myself. What are you? Vicky! No! You won't get what you want. I drove the sword into my stomach. Several tears rolled down my cheeks. Pain spread throughout my entire body, but it wasn't enough. I stared at Malbonte's hands clutching mine. He held the sword and wouldn't let me drive it any further. Let go. You won't die, do you hear me? He pulled the sword out of me, threw it aside, and slapped me in the face. The blow was so strong that I fell to the ground. I was pressing the wound on my stomach. It was deep, but not deep enough to kill me. Malbonte came up to me, squatted down, and almost gently removed the strands of hair off my face. It's too early for you to die. I spat in his face. He calmly wiped away the spit. Ew. Good. You can try to kill me. Malbonte lifted me up, pushed me a little further away, and waved his hand. Come on, try it. I took the shaking hand off my stomach, but I couldn't straighten up because of the blood that started to gush faster. I closed my eyes and summoned all the power that was in me, and then sent it. saving my life, even though Vicky really wanted to end it so badly. I have a feeling, I don't know if this really matters. I don't think it really matters. Guess I'll do chest. Malbonte didn't even dodge. He straightened up and absorbed the blow as if it hit a wall. You spent all your strength fighting my army, and you've exhausted your reserve. Blood gushed from my wound and I fell to my knees. Malbonte came up to me and grabbed me by the hair. Look at yourself. You don't even have the strength to get up. Malbonte quickly turned around, sensing something. Mom was standing in front of him. Blood was dripping off my mother's blade. Her hair was disheveled. Her icy eyes looked sullen, almost entirely covered by the hood. Leave my daughter alone. Did your maternal instincts kick in all of a sudden? What do you know about motherhood? Malbonte pursed his lips. I know a thing or two. I could feel the wound was beginning to heal, but everything floated before my eyes. Are you gonna die for the Citadel, or for your daughter? Death wasn't a part of my plans. She pounced on Malbonte, and he pounced on her. Through the veil that covered my eyes, the only thing I could see were flashing bolts of lightning. Mom fought better than me, or Malbonte was just playing with her. But their battle lasted a long time. Finally, Malbonte released something black, which Mom threw back. Oh shit. She hit her head on a stone and passed out. I crawled towards her, but Malbonte blocked my way. A long shadow appeared above us, and a dragon's roar rumbled through the sky. Malbonte raised his head and watched the beast approaching us. Interesting. It's fire. Fire landed in front of me and gently laid his tail in a semicircle, protecting me on all sides. Easy, boy. You don't want me to rip your fangs out, do you? Go away, Fire. He'll kill you. Oh, damn. We've rejected him, and he's still out here saving our life. You should listen to your master. I'm not his master. Fire tried to grab him, but Malbonte jumped back and grinned. Okay. Malbonte threw a black ball of energy at the dragon with one short and quick motion. He made it look so easy. Fire wanted to dodge, but then the blast would hit me. He had to take the endure blow. Okay. I'm sorry, he had to endure the blow. Fire, no! I opened my wings to fly away so that Fire could also save himself, but I couldn't rise. I had no strength left in me. Seeing my stomach wound, Fire assumed Malbonte did it. Oh no, the dragon roared and rushed towards Malbonte. Fire sank his fangs into his neck and ripped out his flesh. Beast! Pain and anger made Malbonte's eyes turn black. He no longer controlled his strength, and he grabbed the dragon by the neck and threw him aside. Black veins popped on his arms, feeding his muscles. Fire was thrown several feet away. Black fingerprints were implanted on his scales. Oh god, this shit is depressing. I'm gonna, need to, watch, a comedy movie or something. After this. God. Don't kill him. But Malbonte didn't listen. He went up to the dragon, raised his hand, and then jabbed it into Fire's neck. Malbonte pulled his hand out. Fire was trembling, twitching, and bleeding. Fire? He raised his head, barely opened his eyes, and looked at me with a plea. His eyes slowly closed, his body relaxed, and then lit up. When the light faded, a man was lying on the ground. Oh, Loy, don't die. Don't die, please. Loy? Do they know each other? I crawled up to him and hugged him. I wrapped my arms around his neck and cried. Don't die. Not you. Don't die. I knew that he could no longer be saved, and his body was completely motionless and lifeless, but I continued to pray. I had to watch an Adam Sandler movie after the first time I finished the book. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna have to watch something, kind of goofy, because this is fucking dark. So he was human. Go away! He died with dignity. Sometimes that is the best reward. Shut up. Malbonte looked at the sky where a bloody moon froze in place, surrounded by a million stars. It's time to go. Time to go? Do you think I'll go with you? Come on, you have no choice. What else do you want? To put an end to this war. Well, thank fuck Mimi and Lucifer are still alive. Malbonte raised me. Get your hands off me. Stop squirming. He squeezed my forearm so hard that I obediently stopped. Malbonte took the keys to Shepha's gate out of his pocket. He looked at them, thinking about something. It took him so long to get here, and all of a sudden he decided to slow down. For a moment, I thought I saw hesitation in Abante's eyes, but he clutched the keys in his hand and came back to his senses. He looked at the moon again and said, Nil inultum? Oh, how do you say that? Remenibit. I'm guessing at this point. Despite my attempts to resist, Abante forced the key into my hand. He squeezed my hand in his, not letting me go. He moved the key forward and turned it in the air as if we were opening an invisible lock. A red ray of the moon illuminated our hands, reflected from the key, and shattered. I could feel a tear in the space continuum. Two massive gates opened in front of us, and a blinding light burst out. Come on. I turned around. Time stood still and everyone else froze with it. The rumble and screams stopped. The sudden silence was deafening, and so unnatural compared to the violent slaughter. Mabante pulled me inside. Come on, I waited too long to meet Sheppa. We stepped through the gates. The doors closed behind us, and the tormented screams resumed. Damn. Oh, God, that was depressing. All right. Final episode. The fate of angels and demons is in your hands and in Malbante's. Poor Dino. He's dead. He's like the only one that I'm upset about. Damn. What the fuck? Okay. Last flight. Mom raised her glass. Here's to graduating. We're proud of you. Thank you. Oh, we clinked our glasses. Mom ran her hand through my hair. I'm so happy for you. I can't believe it myself. It feels too good to be true. How am I going to deal with two educated women now? Don't worry, darling. We'll point you in the right direction. Dad laughed, took her hand, and looked warmly into her eyes. Like any wise woman. They're so cute. Mom turned to him, kissed him on the cheek, and turned to me. Where is Elliot? Why isn't he with us? Yeah, who the fuck is Elliot? Who is he? Why, your boyfriend, did you forget? They laughed. Vicky must have lost her head from all the happiness. Yeah, you're right, I didn't even realize. I tried to remember Elliot's face, his voice, his scent, but I couldn't. It was as if he never existed. A shiver ran down my spine and my stomach flipped with fear, but why am I scared? Who's Elliot? What's wrong with me? I'd better drop it for now. We're in the middle of a family dinner. I'll think about it later. I just got an idea. Maybe you and your mom should open your own exhibition. You've done that before, Rebecca. Wouldn't it be great? Oh, I don't think that's a great idea. Being the hearthkeeper is enough for me. Mom smiled humbly at Dad. Prepare delicious dinners for you, make this house cozy. That is... Is that what Rebecca was doing when she was a human? Because it don't sound like her. As we approached, Crowley slowly turned his head and looked at us. Yada yada yada. Okay, this is just a flashback. Oh my god. Vicky? Vicky, what's wrong with you? What are you thinking? What? I looked at my mom as if examining her, but she seemed to be slipping away. I couldn't properly take in her image. I said as if in a dream. You're not my mom. What? What are you talking about? She couldn't have put up with such a life. You're not her. Mom's face suddenly turned to stone. It became emotionless and blank. Rebecca? The door burst open and a man slowly entered the living room. His face looked familiar, but I couldn't remember where I'd seen him. Who are you? What are you doing here? Oh, there goes Unky. Come to join the family dinner. He rushed at Dad, grabbed him by the neck, and threw him into the wall. The blow was so strong that my father's skull cracked. Ooh, boy. Don't touch me, please. Please don't. Mom fell to the floor and began to crawl away from him. The man slowly approached her and pulled her by the hair so she would raise her head. Our eyes met. I was petrified from fear. The stranger put pressure on her neck. All of a sudden I heard a crack, but even then I couldn't move. He looked at me, smiled predatorily, and moved towards me. Oh. Throw a vase. I threw the first thing that came to hand at him, but he dodged it. The vase hit the wall and shattered into pieces. The stranger was getting closer. I started to run. I ran through the kitchen into the living room and through the hallway into the street. What the fuck is happening? The huge rocks were blocking the sky. Tall old statues darkened from age bent over the pool. I've been here, but when? In my dreams? I could hear the woman's sobs echoing from the mountains. I went towards them. The sobs became louder, more hysterical. I went up to the pool. The woman was sitting on the very edge and her head was bowed over her baby. He's dying. Oh, Shefa, he's dying. I looked at the child wrapped in a blanket and a name popped into my mind. Labonte. Please, he's dying, I beg you. If he dies, I'll drown myself in this pool. She sobbed loudly, desperately. Her voice was trembling. And then she froze like the main character of a painting whose suffering was immortalized by an artist. Do you remember now? She spoke lifelessly, devoid of any strength. Yes, I remembered everything. The mother gently ran her finger on the child's cheek. As a child, he was such a sweet, angelic creature. But all children are like that, right? I always knew he had a demonic side, but with Chef Malum it grew exponentially. He was bored there, in the dark, and he amused himself by poisoning my boy. She kissed her son on the forehead. Look how cute he is. How small he is. How can I let him die? Say the boy should die. The woman froze again. Her tear-stained eyes and her body became glassy. She was like a figurine. I touched her shoulder. She's really made out of glass. If I had taken one life then, I would have saved so many more. I couldn't understand where the voice was coming from. I lacked demonic determination, and now everyone is paying their price. I have always been a prisoner of my choice, just like you are now. And so I decided to let the children decide what is best for them on their own. Where am I? The pool, the mountains, and the sky began to dissipate. I found myself amid endless light. Ooh. I felt peace taking over my body. Shefa? The ground underneath my feet trembled. The vibration spread in every direction, distorting the space around me. Something dark disappeared in the distance. It was hovering menacingly over this world, slowly engulfing everything in its path. Is that a black hole? What's it doing here? A lean figure appeared in the distance and was slowly approaching me. It turned out to be an old man hunched over by time. That's Shefa? Okay. Welcome. Why does Shefa choose this particular appearance? Does he want to seem weak? As if reading my thoughts, he said, I take on different guises. I thought changing guises was his devil's prerogative. Good. As well as evil takes on different forms. The entire world shook again. A few more blasts like that and it would fall into pieces. What's going on? This second, I am fighting Mabante. But how? I am not here. This is just my image. Why am I here? There's another creator, besides Chef Malum and me. Oh. The progenitor of all that exists, including us? And the name of this creator is Universe. It creates and destroys. What are you saying? Jeff looked at the black hole that was growing on the horizon. What brought you here is the universe's determination to destroy what it has created. Annihilation is a disease that even creators have no control over, or perhaps it is not a disease at all. I am so fucking confused. Yeah, Vicky, I don't understand. This means that light will always strive for darkness, and darkness will always long for light. They dissolve in each other. You, as the embodiment of evil, a demon, in other words, are attracted to good. For a moment, Sheffa disappeared, as if scattered by the wind, but immediately reappeared as if nothing happened. What the fuck is going on? I've created many worlds, some temporary, others more permanent, but I cannot rule them all, especially those consumed by darkness. I'm giving all my strength to your world and the world of the people, but Sheffa Malon's dungeons will soon be engulfed by darkness. And this world will be too. A wild guess popped into my head. So that's why you were afraid to give power to the demons. Sheffa nodded. I can only rule over light. The black hole got bigger. Like a giant vortex, it sucked in everything around it. The old man's face suddenly became aloof. He's too focused on Mabante. Sheffa? But he didn't answer. Everything started shaking again, this time even stronger. I don't know if I feel any more clear in that conversation. Vicky seems to have caught up with it. I don't know if I have. There was a popping sound, as though all the air suddenly compressed. Sheffa's outline became hazy, as if it was covered by a veil. No, wait! But he disappeared. I was alone with the looming disaster. No. I tried to run away, I tried to escape, but as in any other nightmare, I seemed to stay in place. The black hole was getting closer, bringing darkness, despair, and death with it. I don't know. I guess fly towards the black hole. This world is just an illusion created by Sheffa, and the black hole is a passage to the real world. I need to get there. I ran towards the darkness that was engulfing the sky and the clouds. I better be right. So at some point, the black hole became so huge that I couldn't see any more light. I was falling into the abysmal darkness, nothing but cold and emptiness. Dude, someone explain what the fuck is going on. I opened my eyelids cautiously. My eyes ached from all the squinting. Suddenly, I saw the most gorgeous garden. As soon as I took a step forward, in a split second, my wings magically transformed. They seemed to have adjusted to the divine atmosphere of the garden. Nice. Obviously these. I mean, come on. Obviously. Damn, that takes up like the whole fucking screen. I lifted my wings and went forward. I could hear the murmur of waterfalls. Their crystal clear water reflected the rays of the sun. A deer jumped over the stream, nibbled the grass, and ran across the meadow. It was fabulous and unnaturally beautiful. How yummy. Yummy? An apple tree caught my eye. All of its fruits were perfectly round, red, and temptingly ripe. I heard a short whisper in my ear, and unwillingly took my hand stretched out to pick the apple. It was like Adam and Eve. I don't know what this is supposed to do. Obviously, the story is you pick an apple. You're as massive as Unky Bad Bonk now. I know. My appearance is so intimidating. I guess I'll pick the apple. It effortlessly fell into my palm. I squeezed the apple and brought it up to my mouth. But when I tried to take a bite, it crumbled in my hand. I clenched my hand. It was covered with ashes. Is this Sheffa's way of mocking the greed and stupidity of people making the same mistakes over and over again? I shouldn't have touched it. Damn it! I didn't know it was gonna be a glory thing. Like, whatever. I'm right back to where I was before I bought the fucking wings, so it's fine. Thunder rumbled in the distance. The ground shook beneath my feet as if I just took a fall. I turned around, peered into the distance, and suddenly the space shrank, dragging me exactly where I was looking. What the fuck is going on? A ball of black energy flew directly overhead. I ducked and didn't dare to get up. Mabante was fighting Sheffa. Oh, is this like... what the fuck? The lightning bolts flashed and the sky rumbled. I could feel a terrifying force growing around them and capable of destroying everyone who was nearby. Damn, bruh. No, Fishty, that temptation is for a different playthrough. That's when we'll do that. Sheffa, noticing me, straightened up and lowered his arms. Avante only slightly turned his head in my direction. He cast me a quick, serious yet indifferent look and turned back to Sheffa. I didn't move, and time stood still along with me. Several leaves fell off and flew past me. I followed their trajectory and saw where they were being pulled. Again. Into the black hole. Damn! No, this one is different. It's more of a portal, but where does it lead to? The wider the vortex became, the stronger the wind grew. Chef Malum won't be able to come out anyway. I know. Why do you need him then? Chef slapped his giant palms and touched the ground. Its surface rippled, and a wave converged towards the portal, but Malbonte stopped it halfway, splitting the earth in two. I'm not surprised to hear that coming from you, Narnia. We all know who you chose. A stream of black energy suddenly gushed out of the crack. He's a good-looking character, like, he's definitely handsome, but I don't know. I'm not sold on it. We'll see. Next playthrough or duel will be Malbonte, yada yada yada. We'll figure it out. I'll have to let everybody know on Twitter how I feel about it. Malbonte chuckled, stretched his arms to the sides, and closed his eyes. The hot branded symbol on his back began to shine through his clothes. The stream of black energy from the crack got sucked into it. The pressure was so intense that it made Malbonte sway, but he kept his stance and didn't fall. He's killing you, fool. After all, you are my child too. You cannot keep that much darkness inside. Malbonte took off. When he opened his eyes, his face embodied the darkness he had absorbed. Holy shit! Does he look hot now? Do we think he looks hot now? Darkness burst out of him with renewed vigor. Like deadly poison, it instantly killed everything it touched. Oh, okay, so you just saved Lucifer. I thought you did a playthrough where... Okay, I was wrong then. Sheffa waved his hands and disappeared like an illusionist at the end of the performance. Malbonte turned to me, but the darkness blinded his eyes. He rushed at me, knocked me down on my back, and pressed his elbow on my throat. Damn. He pressed so hard that it felt like my eyeballs were about to pop out of their socket and my head was about to get severed from my neck and roll away like a plastic doll's. Suddenly his eyes changed and he pulled away in surprise and then bounced away from me. I have no time to waste on you now. He turned away from me as though I wasn't a threat. The darkness that made Sheffa hide has almost dissipated. He landed again in the distance. The ground shattered under his feet and the shockwave almost knocked Malbonte off of his feet. Oh, restarted the chapter. Okay. But he resisted. Sheffa made some weird movement directed at us, and I didn't have time to understand it. I was consumed by rage and couldn't see anything besides Malbonte. Oh no. Jump on his... Well, I guess we'll use force? I hurled a ball of energy into Malbonte, but he dodged it, attempting my maneuver. A ball of white light was rapidly approaching us. Noticing my surprise, Malbonte turned around, but neither he nor I managed to hide from it, and the ball swallowed us. I do not know what the fuck is going on right now. We were carried by a stream of energy so fast we couldn't keep our balance. We twirled and twisted, desperately trying to stop, and then we were thrown into the human world. It's a very meh sex scene. What? Why? Malbonte shook himself off and looked at me, annoyed. Sheffa decided to send me down memory lane to exhaust me. But then you decided to tag along and we were brought into your memories. In a split second, he was standing right next to me. He grabbed me by the throat and lifted me into the air. Let go. I have no time to mess with you. Stay out of my way. This is my battle with Sheffa. I won't let him kill me so easily. Eric said, I feel like Malbonte would be meh, but think he's amazing. I don't know. The one kiss scene that I did see, the one on the rooftop, like the first one, is like, kind of, they were like, oh, his lips were chapped. I was like, ew. Like, they do not describe him in a way that makes him, like, very attractive. Exactly why I started immediately, and I couldn't finish the book with him. I put my foot on his chest and pushed off. Then I stretched my hands forward and zapped him with a bolt of energy. If I remember correctly, she calls him Bont. He gets sort of, I don't know, it seems like he's super inexperienced, which I guess he would be. Yeah, he probably would be. I don't understand why Vicky's character insists on calling him Bont all of the time. Ew, taking your uncle's V card. Ew! Ew. That is disgusting. Ugh. I put my foot on his chest and pushed off. Then I stretched my hands forward and zapped him with a bolt of energy. Mabante tumbled, bouncing to the side. I fell to the ground. We froze like that, cursing each other with glances. This went on for a few moments until Mabante rushed into battle and I responded. Suddenly, the space around us started to shrink. There were shrill screams of desperate voices, rivers of blood that the earth could no longer absorb. Soldiers' corpses were lying around, and one could easily stumble and get impaled on someone's blade. Malbonte and I found ourselves facing each other again. I opened my mouth to scream, while Malbonte shook his head, grinning. No one will hear you. They are just a projection. I snatched the blade from a fallen soldier and took a fighting stance. All it does is piss him off. Calling him Bond does not get him. He just gets fucking pissed, which, like, honestly, I don't blame him. That would be really fucking annoying. But can I kill you here? He looked at me seriously and emotionlessly. No, you can't. You're too weak. Are you sure about that? Let's check it out. Malbonte pushed aside the demon that stood in his way and ran to me. He moved like a machine. It seemed like nothing could stop him. My heart shrank painfully. My mouth was dry, everything went dark, and yet I rushed at him because I had no other choice. Malbonte jumped and turned in midair. And getting behind me, he threw a bolt of energy into my back. I clenched my jaw and accidentally bit my tongue. Blood filled my mouth. The sickening taste of iron made me feel nauseous. Frame by frame, I saw the ground approach. It was getting closer and closer, and the pain that I felt was becoming unbearable. Fumbles around between your legs for a few thrusts. Oh god. Oh god, here we go. So, the way that you described it is so disappointing. And you said, I can't tell if you're mentally apologizing to Lucifer betraying him is actually written into the chapter, or if that was just your thoughts. But before I had time to touch the ground, we found ourselves in yet another place. The first thing I saw was Malbonte's back. He was watching something. I walked around him and noticed a boy. He stood with his legs apart, and his hands clenched into a small fist. It's actually dialogue in the chapter? Damn. I'll kill them all. They'll see how it feels. They'll pay. Chef Malin came out of the shadows. He laughed out loud. Ooh, they are not so easy to kill. You need to get out of here first. Can I? Chef Malin dropped him to one knee and put a hand on his shoulder. Ooh. That's kinda dark. It's kinda sad, actually. You always stay connected to your other half that lives there, with them. I will show you how to reach him if you promise to take revenge on them. If you promise to be ruthless and merciless. I promise. I do not believe you. I swear. Chef Malin and the boy dissipated, along with the memory. Malbonte slowly turned towards me. Malbon. He threw me a couple of feet away. Malbonte began to approach me. Why do you need all this? Because you made a promise? I backed away from him. Shefa is a usurper. Neither demons nor humans belong to him. He punished me for knowing this. Your punishment is a shitty leg. I gave you a choice and I warned you. He grabbed me by the collar. No, don't touch me. I hysterically waved my hands, turned around, fell, turned around again, and when he released me, I jumped up and ran away. Who knows, maybe Shefa sent the two of us here on purpose, so that I get exhausted from killing you. I stopped and turned to him. Are you judging everyone by your standards? Rage contorted his face. Why are you fighting for him? He's not worthy to rule. Are you? I don't know, it doesn't matter anymore. Doesn't it? Shefa and the angels have been at the helm for far too long. and then being stuck with him unless you restart the chapter. Yikes. Malbonte strode towards me. His gait resembled a panther hunting a doe. Drunk on power, their minds became numb. Immortals need change to progress. We all do. I am that change. He looked at me for a while and then smiled. But you disagree with me. I chose the lesser of two evils. You are the greater evil. Malbonte came close to me, but fear paralyzed my body. You don't know me well, but I can be who you think I am. He grabbed me by the hair and dragged me with him. I was desperately trying to break free as he dragged me through the dirt. Then he threw me aside and bent over me, saying sarcastically, "Will you be a good girl?" Kick him in the fucking face. Fuck you, bitch. My leg hit him right in the jaw. Malbonte backed away, pressing his hand to the injury. So be it. He put his hands forward. A black ball escaped from his palms that I managed to duck. The ball hit the ground and left a red-hot trail behind. I wanted to get up, but he wouldn't let me. That threw me off. He kicked me to the ground. You're like a mouse bravely, but hopelessly trying to escape the cat's claws. Was that for him asking if I was gonna be a good girl? Oh my god. Both the cat and the human watching this know that the... Oh, I'm yawning really badly. Both know that the mouse is doomed, but the mouse still has hope. Malbonte is getting tired of goofing around. The fuck? Darkness burst out of him. What should I do? I tumbled, but then I jumped up to my feet. You're delaying the inevitable. And for dragging you around, you seem to like it. And this time he was dragging me around by pulling my hair. That's a whole other thing. Malbonte stretched his arms to the sides and then slowly brought them together. Black bolts of lightning sparked around them. His blood runs through my veins, and so does his powers. Does that mean that I can absorb the darkness the same way he did to the darkness in Shuffa Malam's dungeon? Energy burst from his palms. It pierced right through me. I imagine that this darkness is fuel for me, that it fills me without destroying me. And yet it wasn't easy. My entire body was shaking with tension, tears ran down my cheeks, my teeth chipped from clenching my jaws too hard. What are you doing? You said that I'm an empty vessel. My legs trembled when I tried to get up. Everything changes when it's family. But I didn't have enough strength. I collapsed. Malbonte moved his hands and the pain stopped. For a moment he looked at me with pity, but soon enough his face went back to being cruel. It won't help you. He again directed a stream of energy at me. The pain made me cringe. I threw my head back, tears ran down my cheeks. Darkness, I feel it inside of me. I need to accept it. I imagined this was opening the doors into infinite darkness, and this darkness fills me like water rushing through an open dam, filling the riverbanks. The pain was gone. There was no more room for it. Darkness displaced all other feelings, but it wasn't enough for it. One by one, my memories flashed before my eyes and dissolved. What the fuck? Oh, here goes 80 again. Sammy. 80. Sammy, Mimi. What's going on? Who are they? No! Memories flared up in my mind and immediately faded away like the light of a match. I forgot my life. I forgot everything dear to me. Darkness will consume you. Are you ready to let it in that deep? Are you prepared to do this to defeat me? No. This is sad. Who's he? No. Malbonte didn't lower his hands and shouted through the rumble of his attack. Are you ready to succumb to darkness to destroy your enemy? I remembered all the bad things that Malbonte did. You ordered to kill me. It's your fault that Laura, Winchester, and Sammy got killed. 80 is also dead because of you. It's all because of you. This war, you've killed so many. Anger gave me strength. Oh, opened one of the endings. And confidence. I'll do anything to kill you. I shouted it. Along with my scream, a bolt of energy burst out and almost knocked Malbonte off of his feet. I got up. I didn't recognize my voice. It resembled a storm ready to destroy everything in its path. It was the voice of darkness itself. Faces flashed before my eyes, but I no longer recognized them. And soon I stopped trying to cling to those memories, and I let darkness devour them. I didn't care. I was all consumed by one single emotion. Hatred, hatred, hatred. I hate you. Something unknown lifted me into the air. I spread my arms, feeling the energy breaking out. It was filling me to the brim. No. Malbonte blasted me with black energy. But it was the last straw. Like a blast wave that could wipe cities off the face of the earth, the darkness that escaped from me destroyed everything in its path. Malbonte's hatred turned against him. Sheffa had been patiently answering my questions for several hours to get me distracted from my captivity, although time flows differently here. Sheffa laughed affectionately. Any other questions, Bond? You said that light is weak against darkness, and darkness is weak against light. What if an immortal has a part of both? I felt that Sheffa was worried. Why are you asking this? I'm interested. What then? It all depends on what he chooses. You cannot be impartial forever. It must be so excruciating to be neither one nor the other. Sheffa stroked my head. Was there sadness in his eyes? I couldn't tell. Sheffa never showed his face. Malbonte smiled. That was all I saw before the darkness swallowed up the dungeon. When it was over, I fell to my knees and lifted my head exhaustedly. Everything looked hazy and I couldn't see the enemy. The darkness gradually began to recede, and Malbonte's figure began to emerge. He stood still as if the explosion hadn't affected him in any way. I don't understand what the fuck is going on. I've got no power left in me. I can't kill him. But slowly the veil lifted. There was only a handful of ashes left of what was Malbonte, which scattered as soon as I saw it. I pressed my head to the ground and burst into tears of relief. The pain and memories returned to me. Oh, good. Okay, that made me feel better. I couldn't remember everything, but I felt it was only a matter of time. But still, I pressed my hand to my chest. The darkness is still inside. Malbonte is right. I won't be the same. I covered my face with my hands, trying to catch my breath and come to my senses. When I opened my eyes, I saw green grass under my feet, and I heard a gurgling stream. A light breeze gently played with the leaves in the trees. Deer and hares ran along the trail, stopped to chew the grass, and set off again. One of the deer ran up to the silhouette that was barely visible through the sun rays. The figure stroked the animal and moved towards me. As soon as the gentle sun rays released the silhouette from their captivity, I recognized Sheffa. He touched the back of my head without saying a word. It made me feel calm. That's better. Is he dead? How did I do it? The eternal struggle between light and darkness. They are always equal, but for just a moment the scales tip in one direction. It is all it takes to win a war. Sheffa gently squeezed my hand. You are exhausted. Go back to your place and share the good news with everyone. Ooh, what a weird ending. I got up. Everything happened so quickly that I couldn't believe it. Noticing my concern, Sheffa repeated softly. It is over. The whole world is indebted to you. I looked up at him. Now or never. I have a request. Sheffa bowed his head and smiled. I am listening. Malbonte is not a threat any longer, right? Is she gonna ask about the law of segregation or whatever the fuck it's called? That is correct. Maybe... She said, I'm trying to fuck. Holy crap. We could abolish the segregation law then. Why are you asking this? It made so many immortals feel miserable. Sheffa was silent for a long time, looking at the horizon, and in the end, he replied, I think we can give it a try. My heart was pounding wildly in my chest, but I didn't show my excitement and asked with restraint. Can you tell us the truth about Sheffa Malum? Although he didn't show it, I could feel Sheffa didn't like my question. No. What good will this information do? This will only cause another divide. It will be our secret, okay? I'm gonna just be a demon. I can't, I'm sorry. Immortals have a right to know. Shuff aside. What will it change? They will know the truth, that's enough. No, the demons will rebel again. What if someone wants to rescue him? Is it possible? No, there is no way out of there. What are you afraid of then? You asked me to abolish the law of segregation. What if the children of angels and demons like Malbonte hear his voice and he distorts their minds? They could hear his voice anyway. A thought struck me. You don't want to admit that humans are Chef and Malum's creation. Nonsense. If you decide not to interfere in the life of your children, let me tell them. Sorry, but no. Then you must know. No! No! Sheffa didn't say a word. It seemed like an eternity passed by. After a long meditation, he finally came to a decision. I couldn't see a smile, but I heard it in his voice. Fine. So be it. Oh, thanks. I thought he meant he was gonna kill me, but I guess not. Is that all? Yes, I think so. Then you will need this. I felt a parchment paper between my fingers. The treaty. The treaty stated that the law of segregation was no longer valid. I looked at Sheffa and smiled with relief. The Citadel's power would say the same, but you'd have to abide by a new treaty. Okay. Thank you. He nodded to me for the last time and turning into a flock of birds scattered across the sky. I walked away towards the horizon. There was not a single thought in my head. All I felt was bittersweet happiness, and then the gates opened in front of me and the light swallowed me. The battle was still on, but it was less fierce. Both sides didn't know whether it was worth fighting at this point, and what to expect in my absence in Malbonte's. When I returned, the gate disappeared behind me and the immortals stopped fighting. There was no more blood spilled, and wary, tortured faces looked at me with extreme interest. I realized that they were looking for answers on my face. Where is Malbonte? What will happen next? For a moment, I was confused, but quickly pulled myself together and shouted. The war is over. And although my voice faltered, the words have not lost their gravity. I raised a scroll above my head. The law of segregation was abolished. Malbonte is defeated. It's over. Malbonte's followers didn't immediately realize what was happening, but when they did, they scattered in the blink of an eye. The Savantress flew away, no longer bounded by the power of their master. The Citadel's army tried to catch the fleeing enemies, but not so fiercely. Everyone was tired, and without Malbonte, the demon army was no longer so threatening nor mighty. At that time, it was almost painful relief arose in my soul. The war is over. Cool. So we can fuck all we want. A few months later, I stood at the window and watched the preparations for the initiation ceremony. Huh? What's happening? What is this? Okay. Today I'll join one of the parties. Today a new chapter of my life starts. I felt neither joy nor excitement. The war made me cold-blooded. Oh. My face didn't reflect a single emotion. I went to the mirror. Oh, that's sad. That's sad. I emotionlessly span around once and straightened a few loose strands of hair. Ay, ay, ay. All of these are not really a huge fan of any of them, but I do this one. Someone knocked on the door. I didn't even turn around. Someone's timid voice whispered, "They're waiting for you." I looked at myself in the mirror. Good luck, Vicky. And then I went out to join the others. Kind of like... I don't even know what I'm picking, but... I don't know what's going on. I'm just kind of sad now, because, like, Vicky doesn't, like, have any emotions? All the students have gathered here, those who graduated and those who just started this journey. There were little immortals and confused unclaimed who joined us recently, loving these inclusive hairstyles. Just drag them. I was so lost before. Mom was on the pedestal. The wide sleeves of her robe hid her hands and she calmly watched the crowd. Then just as calmly, she raised her hand, calling for silence. Everyone was instantly silent. The war was merciless. All of you are still scared and don't know what to expect from the future. But Malbanti, our nemesis, is defeated. There is nothing more to be afraid of. That is why we're celebrating today not only our initiation, but also the triumph of life over death, the triumph of the future over the past. I assure you the worst is behind us. She found me in the crowd and smiled. I would be glad if my daughter would open the initiation ceremony. She made a significant contribution to our victory. Mom pointed at the pedestal. Vicky, please. I went up on the stage and turned to the crowd. Everyone stared at me without blinking, and I kept staring at the crowd, and then there was a loud ovation. Shrieks, applause, cheering. I was greeted as a valedictorian who'd proved she deserved her place in the history of immortals. Everyone knew me, and it seemed that even the newcomers had already been told everything about me. The crowd chanted my name and threw flowers and confetti at my feet. That's a warm welcome. An angel approached me with a glowing scepter. Everyone be silent. His voice was barely audible against the hum of immortals cheering me on. Fishty Bun said, significant contribution, bitch, please. She's the only reason why you fucking won. I laughed with delight. For the first time, I felt so significant, so big and powerful. I was loved and respected. I was an example for them. My mistakes and my stubbornness to reveal the truth were now appreciated with endless applause. When the angel finally managed to calm them down, he said, "Kneel, unclaimed." I obeyed him. Remember this moment. He had a deep, velvety voice. When you get to your feet, you will no longer be an unclaimed. Are you ready to join his side? Former human, now immortal? Without raising my head, I replied, yes. He brought the scepter up to my head. Its power pierced through me and then returned into the scepter. The scepter lit up with a red light. The angel raised it so everyone could see it. She is a demon. The demons roared, supporting me. I didn't even look at them. I stared at one point and thought, I'm a demon now. Vicky Walker, stand up. I got up. He took my hand and lifted it. Meet the new demon. The applause deafened me. It all seemed unreal. It seemed that only yesterday that I started my journey, and now the angel interrupted my thoughts, whispering in my ear. You must give a speech. Oh, must I? Must I? I don't know. Speech? This is tradition. Whoever opens the ceremony gives a speech. My palms started to sweat, and I wiped them on my thighs. Someone could have warned me. Oh, okay. The crowd quieted down, everyone looked in anticipation. I didn't prepare a speech, so it might not be a smooth one. But this always happens when there's too many emotions that cannot be put into words. I looked around. Oh. He got all dressed up for the ceremony. Be brave, unclaimed. I'm not an unclaimed anymore. Lucifer's gaze was almost tangible, but it made me even more nervous. How would I do tragic, inspiring? This path has been long and thorny. War has claimed many lives, trampled on our souls, shred to pieces the present, and ruined the future. But many of you didn't fight of the war, but you saw what it did to the survivors. I've seen a lot of deaths. I saw so much blood that I could bathe in it. I saw nothing but pain. I closed my eyes, clenched my fist, and shouted, Waffles, he looks good in everything. But we shouldn't forget about it. We must remember how awful it was so it can never happen again, so that the ultimate sacrifice of the fallen ones won't be in vain. We must remember everyone who fell in battle. After all, remembering is all we can do at this point. Waffles said, long and thorny, girl, remove the T. Fishy's correct. He looks good in and out of everything. I will remember Miss Lania, the brightest and purest creature born into this dirty world. Geralt. Geralt nodded slightly and smiled with regret. I will remember the brave demon Mammon who fought fearlessly for the cause he believed in. Mimi pressed her hand to her chest without holding back her tears. I will remember Dino, his firmness, his fortitude, and uncompromising belief in principles. He may not hear me, but you can, so no, I adore him. He was worthy of life more than anyone else. Hello, I remember Andy. Thanks to his courage and intelligence, we've avoided losing many others. I'm sure he was proud to die like a soldier in battle, blah, 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 whatever. And I remember Loy. You knew him as Fire, the sea dragon. But now know there was a man inside the beast. He gave his life and never got a chance to live it. Remember this. I felt my throat was closing as I desperately tried to suppress a sob. My voice broke, but I couldn't stop talking. Albante is dead. There's nothing more to fear. Now we're not afraid of the monster seeking to destroy our world. We fought and we won. Mom nodded encouragingly. I hesitated and pulled myself together and exclaimed, but there is something you should... Ooh, bitch. Something you should know. Something that Shefa hid from you. Shefa isn't the only creator. A wave of anxiety took over me as soon as I finished the sentence. There was another one, Shefa Malum. I told them everything, watching their expressions change. Denial turned into aggression and then into doubt and gradually became acceptance. When I finished, no one dared say anything. No shouts, no whispers in my ear, nothing. Standing on the stage, the future seemed almost tangible and it gave me chills. It was the most beautiful thing that I've experienced since the end of the war. Now they know. I waited for them to digest this information and added, I believe in good. I believe we're on the right track. I believe that the black chapter of our lives is finally over and the white one is about to begin. I believe in myself and I believe in you. We'll be wise immortals. The crowd, as if waking up, suddenly started a buzz. All those voices were full of faith. I love that she was just like, yeah, Chef and Malin exist, and then was like, but good times are coming, y'all. Don't worry. I'm not going to explain what I just said any further. The applause didn't subside for a long time. I came down from the stage. I remembered my speech and suddenly thought, will it be better now? I did everything right. Of all the evils, I chose the lesser. Mom took my hand, interrupting my thoughts. I didn't think my daughter would become a demon. Does that upset you? I'm a little embarrassed, of course. She smiled. After everything we've been through, it doesn't matter anymore. I was confused but didn't have time to react. She'd already let me go. From now on, we have a lot to do. We need to rebuild what was ruined. I'm sure you'll take your righteous place. She lightly touched my cheek and returned to the stage. Oh, Mimi. Okay. Looking good. That was a powerful speech. I liked it. Mimi hugged me and didn't let go for a long time. Thank you. So what's next? Will everything remain the same? I don't know. It's not that bad, right? I hugged Mimi. Now everything will be awesome. This demon daughter of yours is going to be the queen of hell, Becky. Shut up. Mimi laughed. We'll see about that. I didn't know how and when, but I wandered into the garden carried away by my own thoughts, but I couldn't shake off the image of Shefa's glass cage. I sat down on the bench and looked at it. This fucking screen panning. Oh, thank God. Did you have enough socializing for one day, or are you avoiding their narrow-mindedness? Noticing Lucifer, I jumped up. Ah! Oh, this is great. Well, come here. He opened his arms. Ah! I rushed to him. Lucifer gave me a twirl. A twirl. A twirl. Oh my God. In the air, and he sat me, oh, blah, 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 I can't even talk. He sat on the bench and put me in his lap. There are many interesting things ahead. Are you looking forward to them? You bet, especially in anticipation of being... Just give me like a few seconds. Especially in anticipation of being with you without fear of this damn ban. He squeezed my cheeks between his fingers and pulled me towards him to kiss me. I laughed, hugged him, and looked again at the silent statue. The statue was watching me the same way I was watching it. I'll always remember this moment. This was the moment I was reborn, the moment I decided I could handle everything that comes my way. It took several years for the world to recover from the war. Just like the wars on Earth, this one overthrew the hierarchy. Lucifer took his... Thank you. That was just what I was about to ask. That was what I was about to fucking ask. Lucifer took his righteous place on Satan's throne. To do it, he almost started a new war, but he managed to spot it on time and put out the fires of hate. Then, as promised, he sat on the throne without asking for anyone's permission. The Citadel Council had to put up with it. After all, Lucifer was the best candidate for the job. Who else? Azazel was dead, and like Mammon died. Like, who else? I came to Lucifer's inauguration and watched proudly as he kneeled. His body began to transform. Once Lucifer turned to his second hypostasis, he got up, stretched out his arms, and roared. Oh. Now the demons bent their knees before him. Before him, the new Satan. Aww. Wow. After all the events, the school principal had to be replaced, but it was hard to find someone both responsible and sensitive. Mimi showed both of these qualities in an exceptional way. Really? Mimi? She took responsibility for the school and inspired respect. As for the rest of it, the Citadel hasn't changed much. The world went back to its former routine. It no longer trembled with fear that someone would come, driven by hatred and a fanatical desire to destroy everything. And yet we were reaping the first fruits after the abolishment of the segregation law. Without it, everyone felt liberated. Like many others, I also found my way. I was invited to join the council. Oh, they're letting demons in the council now. At first, I wanted to refuse, but then I decided it was my chance to contribute to restoring justice. Immediately, I thought about Crowley, whose head I want to see on the block. About all the traitors who should have been punished for their treason. It would be a tribute to all those who died on the battlefield. Mom personally led my initiation ceremony. She looked at me with pride and admiration. It seems I reminded her of her younger self. Because we look a lot alike. So, you know. Get on your knees, bow your head, and put your hand to your heart. I did as she ordered. Do you swear to make decisions soberly, studiously, unbiasedly, with the interests of our community at heart? I swear. Do you swear to serve faithfully for the sake of harmony? I swear. Do you swear to give up your immortality and meet non-existence to maintain harmony? I swear. So be it. Okay. Okay. That's nice artwork. That's nice artwork. I got up. Now the power was in my hands and it was up to me how to use it. Welcome to the council, daughter. Two brothers lived in the kingdom above, each of them destined to rule over half. One was pure light, the other abysmal night. One always blissful, the other eager to fight. Blinded by rage and driven by hate, he started a war with an unpredictable fate. It was hard to see clear and hard to go on, but the darkest hours is just before dawn. What happened once will happen twice. One day the immortals will roll their dice. There's always two sides to the story hidden under the cowl. When the demon will sing it, the demon will howl it. Was that? I don't feel like reading Latin. I'm just dare to know. That's what we're going to say. The duality lives in every soul. You are the light bearing a sacred vow. You are the darkness making everything foul. Two brothers lived in the kingdom above. One made out of hatred, the other out of love. And all the immortals forever will dread the main heaven secret those brothers have kept. But now you know it, so share it. This is sad. It's like a happy sad, but like, you know when you finish something that you really enjoyed and then you're like, sad? That's how I feel right now. Damn. Uh, Damn, you said everyone died but Mimi. Well, I feel like I'm saying goodbye. It's the end of an era, even though I'm definitely going to replay the book to get all the other endings. Um, that's it. It's completing. It's completed. I can't talk anymore. Um, I feel like I got lost in the plot of the last chapter, to be honest. All the portals and shit we were doing, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Still thinking about Uncle Big. Oh God. um, I'm glad Lucifer survived. I'm glad Mimi survived. If I had to pick two out of the five lies, it would have been those two. So I'm glad that they lived, even though I'm still really fucking pissed that Dino died. When did this book like end? Yeah, the ending was just like it was a bit much, and I don't know. It's the same kind of thing. I think I was talking this about somebody. I think I mentioned this probably like the Q&A episode. Whenever there's like plot lines about like portals and reaching different dimensions, that's when my brain just like gives up. I try so hard to understand what's going on, but every single time my brain is just like, no, don't feel like trying to figure out. Okay, it finished in March. Okay, that wasn't, well, that was very, very, not that long ago. Okay, very recently. I was just as confused watching you as I played. Yeah, I was so fucking turned around as to where it was going next. Um, I'm glad that Lucifer got the throne. Mimi becoming like the principal of the school was kind of like weird to me, but maybe it makes more sense if you romance her and get more like scenes with her. Maybe it makes more sense, but like just from a pure being her friend standpoint, I was not able to read that that was where they were going to take her. Um, yeah, damn, we finished Heaven's Secret. I'm definitely going to do some other playthroughs. This is one of those books that I enjoy it so much that I'm going to be replaying it quite a lot. But yeah. All right. That's the end, and I'm going to end my stream here. Thank you everybody for joining me live. If you watched on the replay, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch, if you want to join us live, we do this. I mean, this was like a special thing we did on a Friday night because of the Diamond event that was running. So we typically don't stream on Friday nights yet, but typically we would stream Romance Club every Tuesday at 7 p.m. EST, 4 p.m. PST. Um, and what else do I usually say? Thanks for watching. You were disappointed with her ending? Yeah, I don't know. Did you feel like it made sense for her character? Like her becoming the principal? I don't know. Just ran a little random for me. I'm not sure what else she would have done. Like I don't have a suggestion as to what she should have done, but I just wasn't expecting it. To me, that is something that would like make a lot more sense for what would I say? Like Dino. I think Dino being the principal of the school would make a lot more sense. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Thanks everybody for watching. And next Tuesday, um, we will still be streaming Shadows of Saint 4 and picking up from where we left off on. I think we're in season 3 of that book too. If you have any suggestions of what I should do next, if you have any suggestions of what I should do next from the Romance Club app, please let me know because I think we're approaching the end of the Shadows of Saint 4. Okay. So it did make sense. Okay. Maybe it'll make more sense for me when I what is it called? What is it called? Replay the book and play her route. So we'll see. That might be the next thing I do. I don't know which route I'm gonna play next. But all right. Thanks everybody for joining. I'm gonna get off. Have a good rest of your night, and I'll talk to you guys later. Chasing you? All right. I was kind of eyeing that book. I did hear good things about it, just like on Twitter and stuff. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.